Hello, everybody. Welcome to SOS episode. What episode are we on?
48.
48. So welcome to episode 48. I don't know if we've made an official announcement about this, but we are in the last 5 episodes, everybody.
It's true.
This is it. We're in the final countdown of the show's storyline. We've got it all scheduled out. As to when the episodes will going up, barring any scheduling snafus, obviously.
Yep, we're in the final 5, everybody, and we can tell you, mark your calendars, especially if you like to watch live. We're doing something special for the penultimate and the finale episode. So the weekend of the 7th and 8th of September, we're going to do a double episode that weekend. It will be back-to-back Saturday, Sunday episodes to close out the season.
Yep.
No, it is counting today.
This episode. Today is one of the last 5 episodes.
The final 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're in the final 5.
Crazy. I can't believe it, man. I mean, what year was 2017?
2017 is when we started playing together. And I think 2018 was when we got into VTM. I think we did World of Darkness in 2017. And then we did VTM.
Changeling.
And then we did VTM in 2018.
Okay.
Before right as the book was releasing, barely before. We were reading it before. We were planning before the book even released.
Yeah, we only had the rules about a week or two prior to us launching, and we had been planning the show for months at that point.
We've been playing,
the other rule system, the one that we used for the Changeling game, which was New World of Darkness. NWAD was what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been playing together now.
We've been playing V5 as long as V5 has existed.
Literally. That's crazy.
Yep.
This campaign too.
This campaign, this chronicle. It's fucking wild.
1, 2, 3. So 6 years.
So I'm having existential about it all. It's wild.
One thing after this, Dot will be running a Fallout campaign that is going to be picking up after that little mini series we did. That will be running a full length season essentially of the show. And when that comes to a close, we will be moving back into World of Darkness and back into a brand new, longer arcing story similar to this one with the crew you see here, plus or minus some rotating faces as usual. Whether or not we'll have a 4th permanent face, we don't know. But I think right now, depending on just how life goes for people, the core 4 of us will be here one way or another. So we will be back with new characters and a new story, but that's months from now. We have SOS, the final 5 episodes to go through, and it's surreal. It's surreal to think about it. Every season ending has been crazy, and so to end the whole stories is nuts. I'll be grappling with that all the way until we start a new show, I bet.
Which we can promise you is a thing. We have already behind closed doors started talking about the next vampire show.
We want to, what kind of clans we want to play and stuff. I'm excited.
More than just the next vampire shows and the next bit of stuff that Dot is going to run. I've even been kicking around some ideas over here on this end for me to run a couple of episodes of maybe a bit of a Delta Green experience. Something that's very different, SPC related. Should be kind of fun. Just
that's
keep
true.
Peeled.
Josh too. I think there might be some handfuls of smaller special series popping up with all a bunch of people different DMing and stuff. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, we just SOS will. We have to send it off, and it's the core of how this Pod by Night wouldn't exist without SOS. Truly.
True.
So, thank everybody here who's watching, who's been along for the ride, whether you're kind of new to it or you've been here since day one. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Just spreading the word, letting people know is really the crux of keeping the show going. But if you want to go above and beyond, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel right here. You get some emotes. You directly support SOS, and you get VODs immediately afterward if you wanted to go watch the episode in case you missed it. If you want to go even further than that, it's where patreon.com/podbynight, where you can jump into one of our many tiers, get some bonuses along the way, and kind of support everything we do from our podcasts to our Twitch streams and so on. We got a huge community game story. Hang on, my cats are fighting. God damn.
Mine's being super needy. My cat is. What are you doing?
It's a sweet place to be, man. Can you blame her? She's
She'll literally sit here until I tell her she has to get down, until my arm goes numb.
I wish Minnie would do that, but she's does not like to be held. That's
Show everybody how shameful.
Yeah. Just vibing.
Is this Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my little bobtail babe.
Aww.
She's not quite between the move and leaving for Gen Con and everything.
Sorry.
Oh, did I?
It was a blip. It was a shorter blip this time. I was like, no. I immediately reacted.
Yeah, between the the move and then me going away for 7 days to Gen Con. It's I left the house today to go do laundry. I just went downstairs to the laundromat in the building and came back and she was at the door. Yeah, trauma. I was like, baby, it's okay. We're not going anywhere. It's okay.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Welcome back.
My one cat, and so it just bullies this one other cat, and there's just nothing I can do about it. I gotta he's gotta.
That's this one. She bullies my older cat, which I learned she's 16.
Oh my gosh!
I took my cat to the vet the other day. Yeah, she's technically 80 by cat years.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Because I was like, she's just sleeping a lot more than normal. The doctor's like, no, that's normal for her age. She's 16. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, my boy is about to turn 13, except he's the one doing the bullying, asshole. He's the one chasing the other one around. Anyway, where was I? I don't know. Support us on Patreon.
Yep, drop the link.
And Discord. Our Discord is free. Jump in. Yeah, again, without you guys, we wouldn't fucking be here. So with that, okay, thank God.
Speaking of being here, guess who's not anymore? Pew pew, Bella. Pew 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 pew.
Oh no! I can't believe it. She's gone.
Snitch.
No. Snitch. The two lovers.
It's been how long have we since a couple weeks?
Yeah, the 7/20, the 20th of July.
So why don't you go ahead and do what you do best, Tracy? And give us a recap as to what happened last episode.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yes, the fated Elysium, the last Elysium of SOS happened on the 20th of July, and wow, it was quite the Elysium. I have to say, it started pretty calm. And as everything was going as intended, we showed up, we socialized a bit with some folks. We were getting ready for what we were ready for what was to come, with Emmy showing up with the Anarchs and the Gangrel showing up. And that was the things we were getting prepared for. But in the meantime, Bella started her usual talk to everybody, and I'm trying to remember if there's anything significant she said at the beginning before shit went down. She welcomed us all in.
Take a peek at my letter. I have it saved, so I had it.
Yeah,
I want to think she did her usual
there wasn't
the Camarilla. We're so strong together. Bullshit.
There wasn't anything significant that she announced, as far as I can remember.
Snitch stepped down publicly before he was dead.
Okay. Yes.
That was the big thing there.
Yes. We had Grant with us, which was interesting as well. It was his first Kindred event experience, and we were potentially at a point where we were wondering if Grant was going to get embraced. Brant. But we didn't really have time for that because amidst everything, shit hit the fan.
I have a letter. If you want to use it for Patreon or something, I'll just send it to you.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a very good speech.
Yeah, drop it in the Discord and I can repost
it. It was quite eloquent. But Grant got pulled away by one interesting individual, a freedom fighter, nonetheless. Pulled out a weapon and threatened to shoot Grant and kill him if we, the coterie, the loud ones, did not leave immediately. Leave Elysium or Grant's going to get shot. His brains are going to get blasted across this freaking Elysium. And it was very intense because while that was happening, I will note that there were other actions happening at the Elysium, including my beloved Nero getting staked. And I was like, what the fuck? I was freaking out. Ava did have a quick chat with Nero before everything happened. It was like, Nero, are you with me or not? we're toward the end of this potential city, Nero. We need to stop. We need to stop being cryptic about the things that we see and care about, and we need to take action. And he seemed like he was in it. He seemed like he was
asking more about his dream. He was having more dreams.
The more dreams. Yeah. And I was like, Nero, we need to do something. Like, this is it. And he seemed in. And then I walked. I wonder if this is what triggered it. I'm thinking back to it. I walked with him, and I did a little smile to Sienna. Of course, my little Ava-ness. I had to be a little petty, and okay. I had him in my arm, and I smiled at Sienna, and then Sienna stabs Bella, stakes Bella. Needle. Oh yeah, stabs Bella with the needle, and Bella starts veins. Black veins, death.
It took time. It took a little bit before it kicked in. Whatever happened to her.
Yeah, she's
died in Damien's arms, y'all.
Yes, died in Damien's arms. Bella died at Elysium.
But not before I took a big old combat boot to Sienna's chest.
Yes, so we grabbed Sienna, which was the one good thing. You went to go grab the gangrel. You went to hawk form, grabbed the gangrel. Ollie and I were getting ready to leave, and we were like, we can't leave. Like, and so we stayed and prepared to head back in. Ollie saved Grant, killed the shit out of that one freedom fighter, which was awesome.
Exploded his head.
Yeah, and Grant was safe in the bathroom.
He was counting to more than 10.
Yes. And then Ollie was like getting into the rest of the fray, where another freedom fighter killed Snitch in front of Ollie, as he was too, like, he couldn't make it in time.
I think we
and out of all and Ava would have seen something I don't know if we brought up in the fight, but the amount of freedom fighters you saw are less than the amount that exists.
Yeah,
I couldn't get to Snitch because I was saving Deucible's ass.
Yep. Yes, right. You saved Deucible. You saved the Trivia region, which is
he
great.
Could be dead and Snitch could be alive.
Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, with their
choices.
There were 5 freedom fighters in total that we know of at the Elysium.
You saw more in the basement when you went and got Grant that one time.
Yes.
So you know there are more out there.
So so Snitch is dead. Bella's dead. Nero was staked, but I think Dakota saved his ass. Who saved Nero? Somebody came in.
I think we saved him, and you pulled the stake from him.
Yeah. Somebody.
That was Maggie.
Oh,
Emmy
saved him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Emmy.
Emmy arrived at the time of the attack. That was the signal for the Anarchs, was her walking into Elysium.
Yeah.
She was with the Anarchs for the first 2 hours.
Yes. So yeah, shit just went fucking wild, and we lost a couple of people. It could have potentially been worse. We could have lost Grant, and that was really scary. But we have Sienna. We have Sienna, the one who had allegedly killed the prince, but there are some doubts that we're not sure what's up with Sienna, if it actually is her, because she had very high strength against Dakota, which is unlike her and her Toreador nature to be very strong. So not sure what's going on there, but we have her with us, and that's kind of where we left off.
I think we hypothesized it was like one of two things, right?
Yeah.
For Sienna, it was either she was changed, so it was someone that was pretending to be Sienna with like the visibility of Sienna's face, or she had either taken a what is the fortitude ability that Ventru can use, where they can basically seed off, share their blood, and you can seed off some of your own abilities, and it might be like a potent draught, something like that.
Yeah.
Draught of rage or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but
you also keep in mind, like, as long as kindred have tasted the blood of another, and in my world are taught, obviously, she could have had a sip of something that gave her extra strength as well, and she just used it. If it's her,
I'd like to note, I don't know if this speaks for the ladies here, but I don't see it any other way. I don't think I can play a game where someone's like, you just had Hecata blood, now you can control the dead.
Yeah,
I feel like you have to have a teacher.
I agree.
It doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, it's not innate to you. I've actually moved that into my VTM rules for all my private games.
Like I get it if it's like an earliest
sense.
discipline where it kind of like it's clawing at you and you kind of earn like where you learn some of the earliest stuff. But it makes sense that if you're like, well, I got to learn a level 3 discipline that's outside of my clan and I have no one teaching me, you have to have someone kind of show you the ropes, or you just kind of get lost in the sauce.
Even Dakota needed a gangrel to show her how to turn into a animal form, you know. Like,
but any of the powers that are in clan, you could argue your beast is the one that kind of allows you to have them, and you learn through just use of how to control them. But yeah, anything outside of your clan, I'm just like, I agree. It's like you would need somebody to teach you. Otherwise, yeah, you can just become a vampire superhero kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is boring.
Yeah.
I agree. But to each their own. It's like, you know, every group is different.
Yeah.
It's like drama. All right, that ends up, and that's kind of where we left off as people were scattered. The other thing to put out there, because again, I don't know if it was noted, is like Jackson at some point just wasn't there anymore.
He was out.
Gone.
Yep.
You know,
it was all the Ventru. All the Ventru
were all gone. That's right.
Ballard
you saw somebody
bailed.
going after. Somebody stopped somebody from killing Ballard, right? Somebody was going after Ballard and somebody stopped it from happening, or maybe I planned on it and you just killed them before I got there.
I think it was the latter, because by the time we were taking attendance of who was left, Ballard and Jackson then were long gone.
They were all gone. Yeah. No, yeah. I think it was just decisions led to him not getting attacked.
I think the session ended with all of us kind of coming back together and Damien approaching the lot, and particularly it was Dakota saying, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. And to Damien's response would have been, "I have to go." He's got fucking shit to go take care of.
He's literally got the ash of the prince in his hands.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you know, he has a Jackson to go start working with as Jackson, because you have all, and that's maybe where we pick up. We'll pick up same night, but back in either the Lights Out pub or the theater, or wherever you guys would want to go gather.
I would hesitate to go back to the Lights Out pub at this point. Dakota would have suggested the theater for a variety of reasons. Ollie has a limbless kindred.
Yep.
I'm literally dragging Sienna by her hair in torpor back to the cell. So the theater seems like a holding facility.
How are you going to transport the body through the city as it is? Sewers?
I can move it through the sewers.
Yeah.
That's easy enough for me.
No one has to roll, but what's everybody's hunger at? And feel free to refill your willpower appropriately.
3.
Okay.
Yeah,
willpower restored.
Willpower good.
Oh, Sienna's in for it.
It's hard to hear me. I'll bump my mic again a little bit.
I think you sound fine to us.
I was about to say to us, yeah. Okay. I don't. And you're maxing out on OBS.
Okay,
so.
cool. I mean, I could, that's fine. So everybody's hunger is there. So if you want to move her body invisibly, you're going to need to rouse, right, Ollie? Or are you going to take her through the sewers?
Whom? The body that I have?
Sienna that you want to take back, plus the body you have. You have 2 bodies you want to return with.
I can, as long as I can get to a grade. I don't really need to rouse, do I?
Unless you're going to move invisibly with them. No, you don't.
No, I'll move through the sewers.
And we didn't bring our van because Jackson was like, I'm going to hire you a car.
He's going to arrange a ride.
Next time, we bring our own ride.
Oh, if you're looking for a ride out of here, the ride is prepared for what was going to happen. The ride will be there waiting for you if you walk out that front door, if you want to take the ride. The problem is putting bodies in there is a little bit more, but you could do it. So
I don't know about how you guys feel, but I don't trust it at this point. I feel like everything's been sort of
Dakota wouldn't either. Either we got our own ride, or we can leave the car.
I was fine with just going in the car.
The 3 of you separating, like kind of splitting and then regrouping somewhere also makes sense. So if you want to take the car, Ava,
you take the car.
So I mean, before we do that, like, would you guys say anything in regards to the freedom fighters? Because to Ollie, this looks like all of them, but above board, you guys know that there's more.
Dakota does not.
Dakota doesn't. Ava knows and Grant knows, but it might not be the place to talk about it as chaos has just unfolded. Maybe getting out and regrouping and then bringing it up would be a better idea, because Elysium isn't just going to calm down. There's fucking shit's going on now. We got to have cover stories of to what happened. No explosions, no fire, and no gunshots were done, so it wasn't a loud hit. It was quiet, but still.
We were at a hotel, yes. This was a hotel.
Yes, it was at the Blackstone. It was at Blackstone.
Which means somewhere near concierge, everything's cleared out. There would be large suitcases, yes?
Believable, probably.
Yeah, likely.
Great. Sienna's a small Toreador-sized woman.
Oh, yeah.
She's going
you can grab one.
Yep, I will roll her ass out in a suitcase.
That is extremely Dahmer. I love it. Okay, so you just pop her in a suitcase, and that clears one for sure. And so you guys are all going to separate and head your different ways and meet back at the theater. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that is where our scene will pick up. We fade in on the outside of the building as we see a car pulling up. It stops probably about a block away as Ava would instruct. And we see from a distance Ava stepping out of the vehicle as the car quickly does a U-turn and goes back the way it came. Ava makes her way into the theater and would be the first one to arrive since you did take the most direct route that is the quickest at this time of night. Followed by Dakota, are you going straight there on the street? Are you going like back alleys? How are you getting there? We know how Ollie's going to get there. I'm curious.
I was taking the car. Yeah. I can't really skateboard in suitcase. You know what? I'm going to just roll this bitch all the way there. I want Sienna to feel every bump. Great. I'm going to roll this suitcase down the streets of
Ollie
Chicago.
would likely get there first because I think Dakota's going to enjoy the long way.
Oh, yeah.
So Ollie, a few, maybe like 30 minutes later, Ava, as you walk into this building where the big lights are off and it's kind of closed down for the night, you can see an empty plate of cheesecake that Nelson clearly mowed down on at some point the past couple of days, left on the counter. And within 30 or so minutes, through one of the doors, also walks in Ollie. And then I would say not even that much longer later, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, Dakota would join. And I imagine as you all gather quietly, there's a tense silence as each of you kind of strolls in until you all get together. And the reality of what happened mere hour, maybe 2 at most ago, kind of sinks in.
The kindred you ripped the legs and arms off of, he's in torpor as well?
Yeah,
okay.
They're in like damage torpor.
I kicked the suitcase down the stairs to the basement.
I'm probably sitting on this guy.
And Ava's probably just maybe pacing a little bit.
Yeah, a little anxious.
And that's probably what it is probably just noises. The noise of the suitcase going down the stairs. The noise of Ava's heels pacing back and forth. A silence that lasts longer than we've seen the loud ones in a very, very, very long time. It's been a long time since the loud ones have been surprised to this degree.
So that was a party.
It was not what I expected. I was ready for action, but not that kind of action. I should have known when I saw him at our pre-party, our pre-Elysium party, that they might show up. But we had so much other shit to worry about and think about. How could we even think about this?
We couldn't. That was the point. They used every opportunity that they had. It's like they knew the Anarchs were gonna do what they did. How did they know?
How did they know? Sienna's gone. Or not Sienna, or Bella's gone. I'm sorry. Bella's gone.
Yeah, even Damien seemed surprised by that one.
And maybe at this point, it comes to mind, at least in the back of your mind, you've lived through a princeless city once. You know the power vacuum that it causes. Now, granted, Jackson has built himself preparing for this moment, and it is unlikely to not only nearly last as long as it did initially, talking about season 1, but also be nearly as chaotic. But you know, for the next 24 hours, shit could happen as Kindred make power plays to put themselves in favor, maybe if not to take over some seats of power, but to play into those they know are going to be in seats of power. You know, plays could be made. Whether it's going to happen or not, you don't, it's impossible to know. But there are echoes of season 1 where you were brought into a princeless Chicago.
It's going to be a rough few nights for the Camarilla, but I do.
I know where to start. I kicked the suitcase over by the cage and like let it rattle to the walls, and I unzipped to show that I've like bunched Sienna in a ball inside the suitcase, and I just kind of pull her out nonchalantly by her hair and drag her into the cell that we have down here. Kind of toss her in. I'm sure we have some level of binding for like the wall or assuring she can't
Yeah, you've had it before. Chains. I think they actually were iron chains.
I won't pull the stake out yet, but I want to look into her beady, perfect little eyes.
Yeah.
I want her to know.
I can't. I can't believe that my sire did this. There's no way. We saw her those months ago, the meeting with Jackson and Rudy and Sienna. She was there. She was there and she was in on this with us. She was with us. It doesn't make sense. Was that all a lie? Did something change?
All right, let's take a moment.
That was 15 years ago.
What? Not that one. The one at the beginning of this season.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were thinking of the end of season 1.
Where we had like all our, basically where it was like, all our sires are in on it except Dakota's. But like, and it was like, I just don't understand. I don't understand. She was in on it with us. What was that all a lie? Was everything a lie up until this point? And if you take her out of torpor and we ask her, is she even going to be honest with us?
Well, there are ways to make her tell us the truth.
Yeah. We need to be careful. You know how Toreador are. You know how I am with my taking a room. You want to be on her side. That presence that they have.
Yeah, I can fix that.
I can assure you, I have built up much internal walls to assure that no Toreador takes control of my mind ever again.
Right.
I guess we can thank the ex-prince for that. What about
at the end?
What about you, Ollie? What little present are you sitting on?
This is I'm gonna call him Stump.
Oh.
Stump is he's a newfound friend in a sitting stool. I watched him kill Snitch.
Interesting. Stools are supposed to have legs.
He still functions.
Are you sure?
He's softening the landing right now. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand what there is to gain aside from causing chaos.
But that's a good thought there, Ollie. Who would gain the most from these freedom fighters showing up?
Well, who wasn't present tonight? Who wasn't present? We saw the Toreador. We saw the Ventru. We saw
the
Nas.
You saw the Malks?
We saw the Malks.
Were the new La Sombra there? Did we see
no
Sierra or any of them?
Mm-mm.
We saw Dosable. He was there.
You know, if I was to build a plot within a plot within a plot, I'd want to be there to see it happen.
And then get out before it got hot.
Correct.
So who wasn't there when it went down?
Jackson.
No, you're not the fucking Toreador. They were blindsided. Nero got fucking staked.
Jackson was there when the attack started. He just got out real quick. And you all knew he had an escape route. He told you that.
Why did they pull that play? And why did we walk out okay?
My question is, why did they ask us specifically to leave?
Why did they ask us to leave?
Why were we the ones singled out? It's not because they feared us.
Ava, what's the memory roll again? Intelligence what?
Resolve.
Yeah. Well, give me a memory check.
We're arguably some of the most influential kindred in this fucking city. Why not remove us?
You could read
Precisely.
one more.
Why wouldn't they want to get rid of us?
I'll reroll one.
You don't have to, but it's just I'm just saying you can.
Yeah.
Why?
Successes. You think back for a second, Ava, and you remember a brief bit of conversation you had with the freedom fighters. I don't know if you remember the words exactly, but basically, and with the two, you probably don't remember the exact words, but you do remember the sentiment of the conversation. Basically, it doesn't matter if you're going to work with us or not. We're both after the same thing. We're just going to get there different ways.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Insinuated that you are all your enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, I know.
Of my enemy.
They don't like the old people.
That's a big part of it.
So
Anybody that's considered older.
They had their own bone to pick with Bella
and
Rudy. I mean, not Rudy.
I think this goes beyond the Camarilla. This goes beyond the elders in charge here in this city. They have the same goal of our ultimate goal. I don't know how they know about it, but somehow they know. And they told me that we have the same goals and they were going to get to it one way or another, whether it was working with us or not.
Well, how many did you take out?
Didn't
They're
Jackson specifically tell us
not to work
with them?
Yeah, because Sabat are fucking chaotic evil. Against the rule of law.
There were, when I went to see Grant.
Wasn't just Jackson though, right? There wasn't a Cretius too? Cretius said don't. That somebody.
Yes, they both were there.
A few people said don't fuck with the Sabat.
You know, I think maybe it's due time to wake our little friend here and begin asking her questions.
Who's gonna feed her to wake her up?
She got a steak. I can just remove it, right?
Off of Sienna, yes.
Sienna.
So I talk about the limbless one that Ollie was
Yeah, no,
on.
the one, the stool, or stomp, currently is, he done. he until we can figure out how to feed him.
Grant didn't show up here, by the way. You left him in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to run.
Yeah. He would have ran. He would probably be back, if not at the Lifestyle Pub, his home.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we can wake her up and.
But before we do that, you kind of holding point of authority here. She's your sire.
Yeah.
And if you're a chip off the old block, is there anything that we can do to her to prevent her from doing worse to us? Like maybe take her eyes, break her jaw, weaken her? Stomp is exact priority here for me. He bit off a lot more than he could chew.
Clearly.
She's fragile like me. Yeah, you can start breaking her little bits by bits. That might do it. But
okay, well,
what if we just assure she can't make eye contact with us?
We should probably do that for our safety.
Dakota goes to the far end of the room and pulls an old movie projector that's probably just not totally functioning, but at least has the lamp still in it that, you know, and I put it in the thing, I plug it up, and I make sure the light is right in her eyes. So if she's looking at us, she actually can't see us. Does that make sense? Because the light is like flashing. It's
you're trying to blind her.
Blind her, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't want her dead, right? We want to get info from her.
Not yet.
Okay. I'm positing an idea because some of my looser rules are coming off the table. Why don't I drain her a little bit?
I was gonna do that anyways, but let's hold off on drinking the evil lady's blood, huh?
Well, I'm feeling a little hungry. And I can go out and get something, or I could turn Stump into a meal.
You know what? That's exactly what we should do, Dakota.
What?
If she's one of them, what do? They want more power. We should just, when we're done asking her questions, we should drain her dry.
Oh, I suspected that. I have no interest in consuming her absolutely tainted blood.
If one of you do it, you'll go up in a generation and you can sire Grant and embrace Grant.
If I'm going to go up in a generation, it will not, no offense, be of Toreador blood.
Fine.
That being said, let's start by removing this, and I'll yank that stake really hard now that the projector's
Have you tied her up?
Yeah, she's like chained, bright bodies, chained,
and you've got the thing blinding her right now.
Yeah, and I've got the light just like flickering in her face.
Sure.
Before she pulls that, can I know this is kind of violent. Can I just maim her so that she doesn't have any kind of physical capabilities? I'm just gonna break her hands and feet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to hear her scream.
It doesn't take much. I mean, you don't make much of a show of it. I imagine you walk over, and each hand you literally just your hand's much bigger than Sienna's arms. A crunch. You hear the bones snapping each one, but you make sure that she can't get up nor use her arms unless she actively heals them, which you would see happening.
Right.
Ouchie.
Okay, let's begin. And I'll kind of remove the stake from her body to alleviate her of a torpor.
And there's no grand gasp for air or twitch to life. You're just reanimating a corpse that was already a corpse. And as you do so, a potential shift in the eyes as they already know they're blinded, obviously, but they attempt to like squint their eyes a little bit as they do so, but they don't say anything immediately. And I'm curious what your first actions are.
Well, look at that. She lives.
No answer. And where are Ollie and Ava? Standing like right there nearby?
Back to the wall behind the projector.
Okay.
I'll be standing close to her.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Close to Dakota.
Dakota and Sienna. Yeah. I'll be up
Gotcha.
there.
Yep. Just want to make sure. But no, nothing is said. No response.
Would you like to take a moment to begin, or shall we, Sienna?
She at this point she's staring dead into the flashing thing, just stoically.
Sienna, is that even you?
You use any abilities, or are you just asking questions?
I'm just asking at this point. Like, can you just talk to your childer for a minute? Do you even care?
You are welcome to, of course, make if you want to. Obviously, I'm open to you making a manipulation persuasion check or what have you, if you'd like to try and do your best to convince.
God,
you don't have to.
No, I'm like, this is a lot for Ava.
Well, I can make it easy on everybody. Oh, except for her, of course, you, whoever you are.
Just tell us the truth, Sienna, and Dakota won't have to rip you limb from limb.
Oh, I can do better than that.
We just want to know why.
Great. The hard way? Yes? My turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dakota leaves and goes upstairs to, like, the kitchen. And she grabs, what's that stuff that you, like, scrub pots with? The steel wool. Grab a thing of steel wool.
God.
And I come back downstairs. Well, since you won't talk, I'll wait on taking your tongue. And I'll just go down there and I'll begin starting to scrub her lips and her face with steel wool.
Oh, ow.
I'll make a roll real quick. You get real close, so she'll be able to see your eyes. You want to do that?
Oh, no.
I mean, I could take those first, but yeah,
So
Dakota will get close enough. Actually, let's see. Do I have? Oh, I've got a level 1 power that helps with this. So yeah, Dakota is not afraid of her. Dakota's been waiting for this opportunity to screw up her pretty face.
Okay. All right. I'm going to make a roll then. I got a first roll. Arouse check. Then I need to roll. What is your stamina, Dakota?
3.
3. Okay, so.
Jesus.
5, 6, 7 successes.
You don't have an urge, a compulsion. There's no desire to follow out a command. Suddenly, your arms and legs scream in pain like they were crushed and maimed.
I don't get any kind of roll.
I roll against a difficulty that is 3 plus your stamina.
Is this considered weight? Is this considered any kind of... Is this in my mind? Because if it is, I get to add my fortitude to that. My entire fortitude, which would make it 7.
It would be a transference of pain according to the rules.
Oh.
It's not actually doing the damage, but it is causing the pain that he's feeling, and it transfers to you. He still can't move Sienna can't move the legs in their arms.
Okay.
But you feel the pain. You just feel the pain of the bones crushed, and I would need a composure resolve check from you just to simply Yeah, stay in control because your arms and legs don't break. They just simply
I feel the pain.
you feel the pain.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, because it's
this is
really not
her.
coercion at this point. Then it's like it's a transference.
Yeah,
All right.
it's not a discipline in any of the mind altering ones of any kind.
All right.
This is not her. This is
Mm-mm.
not Sienna.
I got 3.
3, and you can reroll 2 if you'd like.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? I got another success.
1 for 4. You are able to, while you feel it, and it probably stops you for a second or two, just out of nowhere. Once you like are able to compose yourself, look to see your arms and legs are fine, yet the pain is still there. You are able to move and act on your own. You're not being held back by the pain. It just simply is there.
I probably begin to laugh in the pain, that like unnatural, just like cackle. And Dakota says, I was built on pain.
And you go to scrub the eyes?
Oh, I go to scrub. I will start with his lips.
Okay.
What
When
the
you
fuck?
start scrubbing, you start feeling it on your own lips as well. Every stroke, every scrape,
Tricky,
as though it were your own.
What is she doing, Dakota?
Well, it seems that this lovely lady here has developed the ability to make me feel whatever pain she feels.
I move in next to Dakota as she's scrubbing their eyes. And
do you continue to try to push through in the pain while you feel it, Dakota?
If I see that it's not really going to break them or work, why would I? Right? So
I
I'll
mean,
stop if Ava
it's tough.
steps in.
I grab their neck and I'm going to use Dread Gaze.
Okay. What is my role?
Composure, resolve versus my charisma and presence.
Composure, resolve.
Big roll.
Yeah.
5.
I'm going to willpower reroll.
Get 3 of them.
3 of
Yeah,
those.
that's great. Okay.
Nice.
7.
7. All right, I'm going to rouse the blood. I'm hungrier. Okay. How many did you roll?
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ties always go to the player. You succeed.
Monstrous.
I look in their eyes and I ask, what did you do to my sire, you fuck?
Dread Gaze rules are exactly what? Let me just take a look.
Good question.
I don't know if it's a bonus to your intimidate check.
I forgot to rouse. Hold on.
Yeah. One
it-
rouse, composure, blah blah. Displaying the
Oopsie.
fangs, predator mortals, blah blah blah. Vampires are unable to act. Okay. Basically, they're frozen in a fear. They can't act technically. However,
I might have made it worse.
I will let you make a manipulation intimidation check along with this roll. I understand what you're trying to do with the roll, and Ava understands her powers well enough to try and use them in her favor. You're at hunger 4 now as well, though, so be careful. Because once you see some blood, shit can get bad.
Whew.
That's all.
This
You,
is all
that's all you
hunger
have in
dice.
intimidation and manipulation, really.
I don't know why I don't have points in intimidation. That's a
Fair.
crime.
Fair enough.
Well,
Because Ava is intimidating. Okay. I should.
There's the eyes as you grab her by the throat. There's almost a desperate attempt to avert her eyes. There is palpable fear within her, so much so that speaking seems impossible. But she also understands she can't move anywhere, so that she's not fighting. She's just trying to not look at you. As your fangs slide forward from your gums, and a monstrous display of the viper underneath is displayed.
We are going to drain you dry. And everything is going to end for you. You need to tell us what is happening, who you are, because you are not Sienna. You are not Sienna. Tell us who you are.
Dakota and Ollie, when she's saying like you are not Sienna, you guys do anything, say anything?
no, I'm just standing nearby so I can just read the look on this person's face, right? I'm
Absolutely.
I'm
Give me a
here to
wits insight
support.
check. Give me a wits insight check. Actually, both of you. Anybody who can see your face can make me a wits insight check here.
I'm not going to
rouse
make
for
it.
this.
I'm waiting on them to be like, well, we tried before I go in.
Not ready to beat the crap out of him yet, so it's not what I wanted.
I don't know if I also rolled this, but I'm gonna. Oh man, all these hunger dice I'm rolling is
Yeah,
gonna be
down.
rough. It's gonna be rough.
Dakota, does anybody want to spend a willpower? Should I just say just not Dakota because you can reroll
no,
as well,
I'll
Ava?
hold for this one. I roused to make this roll, so.
Okay, gotcha. With 3, when you see Ava saying you are not her, you're not Sienna, I guess you catch a flash of maybe a tiny smirk. Ava, however, is too focused on trying to draw information out, intimidate, and peacock, for less all intents and purposes here, to try and break her.
Ah, so you just chose a pretty face. Who put you up to it?
You can make me a manipulation persuasion check if you'd like. Charisma persuasion, any of that works.
Man, it's the one time it would be good to have Emmy for her dominate.
I genuinely didn't even think of that, but that's true.
Yeah, shit. That's all right. We got this.
Better yet, since you aren't interested in talking. And Dakota will just take one of her kind of nails or claws and just 2 slices down the wrist. We'll just let him start to bleed out slowly.
Sure. Whoever's at 4 hunger, please make a hunger frenzy check.
Oop. Yes. Let's see. Resist frenzy. Oh dear.
As you do so, Dakota, the minute the blood it drips, Ava's has the body by the fucking neck. She immediately lets go and sinks her fangs in, taking a point of hunger per 1. And you watch the wild eyes take over. You've seen many a time. 1 point down. Okay, you bring yourself down to 3, but you're not going to stop unless they stop you or they die. What do? Dakota and Ollie.
I keep going.
No, you keep going. You don't have a choice.
I say, oh no, it looks like we have a predicament now. Your timeline just shortened.
I'll step up, but I'll wait.
The person watching themselves get fed on looks up to you, and as they actually go to speak, but the voice isn't Sienna's. The voice is instead that of a man's, and you simply hear, "I'll take my chances."
I'll grab Ava by the neck and pull her off of him.
Strength brawl versus strength brawl.
Yeah. Can I get a?
And I think you get a strength bonus for frenzying.
I was gonna say, I think I get a bonus because I
+2, maybe +1.
Oh, that was a bad roll for me. Oh, willpower.
I'm checking because I want to keep draining this person.
I know you want to
Hey!
diablerize them and then be able to blame the frenzy.
So that would be 4, 7.
There's
No, it's
no
more than
way.
that. That was a critical. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's no
5,
fucking way.
6,
You still can,
7.
you can
You're
roll a
right,
bunch
you're
of
right,
crits.
you're right.
Give it a shot. Try.
Let me just double check. Hunger frenzy.
4 10s right here.
Okay, I do. Yeah.
This is where
Because I only have 2 dots in this pool, so
Yeah. You ignore all dice penalties inflicted. You now have one. Once you finish. Is that it? That's all you get?
yeah, 2.
Let's see. Oh, +2. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
2.
okay.
It's
All
2.
right.
Yep,
Let's
yep,
go,
yep, yep. I didn't
baby.
hear you say
Come
that,
on.
sorry.
Roll 2 crits. Come on.
Hey, you could roll double crits. 4 10s.
Yeah.
Not even you got 1 10. You got a 10. You know what? Very, very nice.
There's a lot of fighting that dog. A lot of fighting.
And how is Dakota grabbing? Like, how is she doing this?
I just grab her by the neck, not like the scruff. I don't pull her hair. I'm not trying to be mean to Ava. I just grab her by the neck like you would a cat and just pull her off the the man. Now that we know it's a man.
Hang on. Yeah. So you pull her off, and there's a fight. There's gonna be a fight for a while. Do you torpor her?
I'll just hold her back,
Hold her back?
with the one hand until she's ready to like calm down. Because you technically are out of the frenzy.
Not technically, not yet. It takes some time. She needs to cool down for a while.
Ollie,
I'm looking up the rules, and it's like the rules are like once they reach hunger 1, but it's like okay, but yeah.
Ollie, maybe would you just grab her?
I'll walk in and
Yeah.
I'll just one-armed hug her into my chest.
Hey, come on! I want to pose strength brawls from both of you. Come on.
Come
Ava,
on, let's
fight
go.
back.
I'm fighting back. I want this kill. All right. I want the beast to win. Come on. Strength and brawl. Let's go. Or yeah,
Ava just blames the beast. It's not her fault.
yeah,
All right?
it's just the beast made me do it.
Yeah, the beast made me do it.
Good luck.
Come on,
Ollie,
strength
are you
brawl.
rolling those 3? Probably not. I
No,
imagine.
I'm gonna stick with it. If she can
Yeah.
break out of this, she deserves it.
She does not. Okay.
Ugh.
Hand off and
Well, since you want to take your chances, let's see how long you decide that. I have a special little place just for you where the fishies of Chicago will be happy to eat away at your body for, I don't know, eternity. Until you decide you want to talk.
been a while since you put somebody there. How long would you? Okay, yeah. I mean, are you bluffing or are you being honest?
Oh no, Dakota's
yeah.
hella serious.
Yeah. And are you attempting to intimidate in the process?
Yeah, I can. And I'll probably
Then-
like kind of squat now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could let her eat you. I'm sure there would be a lot of therapy that Ava would go through in killing her sire, but since you're not actually Sienna, and you're just a piece of garbage on our floor, I'm gonna take you somewhere where you will see nothing but darkness and sit in torpor as the fish eat away at your body, and night by night, you regenerate and they come back night by night. You will be their personal fish food. Forever.
You make me manipulation, intimidation, and add a +1 to your dice.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I'm feeling saucy about it.
Nice.
Stupid.
Ava, you don't know in game, but out of game, you will have access to, if you don't already, the animalism branch if you wanted to, and the flesh crafting.
Oh my god!
No, wait.
Let's go. That's why I want to diablerize. I want some fucking what is it? Protean or whatever. Hell yeah, let's go.
Nope, it is. I was not meant to make this roll. I even roused or willpower.
Vicissitude. Yeah.
And you rolled. Let me see.
But that's under a new. That's under.
It might be something. Yeah, I gotta look.
yeah,
It's under something.
Oh damn.
You know. Yeah, it was
well,
not meant for me to make that roll.
Let's see if she rolls any.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! 1, 2,
So,
3.
well, no, just 3. Yeah, but still, you could re-roll a willpower if you want.
Nope, I did and rolled 2 1s.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, never mind. Haha, just kidding. There's no response to the threat.
Well,
just more silence.
back in the suitcase for you, and I pick the steak up and shove it right back in their chest.
Shove it right back in. Yeah, and their body immediately goes limp, and the pain, the connection to, and feeling that pain. It maybe last second you realize, oh shit, but the minute it enters, they enter torpor, the pain is severed completely. You do not feel the pain.
I unchain them, I ball them back up, I put them back in the suitcase and zip it closed.
Yep. After this is about that point where the blood is no longer visible. After a few minutes of being held by Ollie, Ava comes to.
Little less
all right?
hungry.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks.
if I put you down, you're not going to claw me, right?
No.
And he just lowers the arm down.
I'm not saying you're not gonna get your chance for another generational boost, Ava. But what I am gonna tell you is tonight is not your night.
Yeah.
So this is not Sienna, so where the fuck is she?
I don't know, but they set up my sire. Now my sire is probably going to get blood hunted and be final death. So, or if she's not already dead.
Cameron's got a couple other things to worry about right now.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
As far as they're concerned, like the fact that Sienna vanished in the chaos of it all,
Sienna's probably dead.
But I'm saying, like, just like you having her, you could literally just say she's dead and nobody would question it because of what happened there.
Yeah.
Like, just to give you an idea, like, you don't have to stress about Blood Hunt if she's pronounced dead.
It's now your turn, Ollie. What would you like to do with your little stool?
Well, I'm not going to feed him.
Yeah, me neither. That seems like a lot of effort for a piece of garbage.
I was going to talk to your lump, but you quickly patted them back up and put them back in the Samsonite bag.
Well, I felt like they were excited about their possibility of death. I thought we'd extend that a little bit, give them some time to really think about it.
That's fair. That's fair. To give me more time to think anyway.
Who wants
I'm a
a
little
boat
high at the
ride?
moment.
Why don't we go out on the open sea, well, lake, and chat in some privacy?
But I at least want to go back and see how Grant is doing. He was cowering. It was very hard to see.
I feel like Grant was expecting a simpler solution to his want to be a kindred.
Rarely are we offered that, though.
It's true. And tonight, he might have learned a valuable lesson.
I think he pissed himself.
Well, that is the mortal way.
Yeah, maybe he'll finally let this go.
You don't think we're going to be in trouble, do you?
For what?
With who?
I mean, we were at Elysium. We weren't supposed to fight. I know things are kind of up in the air, but like, I definitely ashed 2 kindred, and Stump is likely on his way.
Well,
You watched Damien fighting, so like...
I feel like we have a
No.
pretty solid box to stand on, considering the fact that the prince was injured, and the majority of the elder kindred of this city were in danger. In fact, we all turned back around after being asked to leave probably shows a bit of gumption.
When we walked into that place, we were patted down. How did they get in with stakes? More importantly, how did the cam boys in the back, the ghouls, they came out with firearms?
They
Well,
clearly
I watched
didn't.
them.
They didn't go through
the front door.
the main entrance. That's for sure.
They found a different way in. Somebody else let them in. Probably the same person that worked with these freedom fighters.
There,
Is it possible for me to?
silence.
Is it possible for me to figure out who is financially in charge of that block, or at least the hotel?
That area. Did I tell you? I know you brought her. Do you remember where I told you it was? I think it was up in Bruja or Malk territory.
I think it was Bruja territory, if I
I think
remember
it's Bruja
correctly.
territory
Yeah.
too. So you would know that it would belong to the Bruja, and they are a little bit more. They're a lot less stringent than a lot of other clans in terms of how they run their territory.
Then I'll ask them
More democratized, I guess. Yeah.
who was in charge of setting up that Elysium. Was that the Toreador? Was it the cam head?
Who usually sets up the Elysium? Is
Keeper.
it council?
I mean,
It's the Keeper of Elysium, isn't it?
yeah, Keeper of Elysium is like the main go, but there's still obviously like who's in charge of security, this, that, and the other. There's a lot of moving pieces with it.
I just think if we find whoever was in charge of security, you'll find your weak link. At least whose palms were greased.
Well, I can tell you Damien was just as surprised by all of it as we were, so I can't imagine it was the sheriff.
It could have been anybody, any primogen.
And if this person, this person being Sienna has been in her place for a long time, literally could have just been her.
Why wasn't Cretius out there? Cretius is this big badass. He's not hesitated even moments to put his hands on any of your necks. So why wasn't he out there stopping this alone?
I have my thoughts
Elder-
on that.
Elder kindred don't do shit.
I mean,
They
he was
sit
here
back.
tonight, right? He's a primogen.
Yeah.
Another one who disappeared before the fighting got interesting.
Yeah, and guess who he's in fucking cahoots with?
Sun also vanished as well afterward. You didn't see him after it. Primogen knew.
So let's go back to this. Who benefited from the Sabbat showing up?
And killing the prince. The usurper is who benefited from this.
I agree.
And as you say that, there's an interruption as there's a knock at the door.
Upstairs?
Beginning at the of a shave and a haircut.
I'll see to that. I got something loosely running around in my head right now. And
Yeah.
I'll motor myself upstairs.
Yep. Do you like peek at all, or you just open the door?
Yeah, foot up against the door, kind of open it, the 2 inches.
It's Rhonda the Harpy.
Oh,
Rhonda,
She has a smile on her face, pleasant one.
Give me a
You see
minute.
him?
And I shut the door.
She goes into the like shrug thing, and as you shut the door, yeah.
I'm gonna grab the body that's sitting on a chair and just yeet it behind, like
Gotcha,
podium.
gotcha.
Just lay a
Yeah,
sheet
yeah.
over it or something. Like fuck that guy.
Who is it?
Yeah.
It's Rhonda.
Oh,
Put on your best face. The Harpy's here.
she likes me.
Then I'll go back, and this time I'll open the door in full. Rhonda.
As you open the door in full, this time while she's standing there, her hands are no longer behind her back, but instead in front of her, holding a small brown package that's tied in like a simple string. Rather eventful night. Hell of a party. But this is for you. And she kind of hands it over.
From whom?
What's
Mutual.
this?
Mutual friend of a friend of a friend. Of a friend.
Well, some could say that's how the party got so exciting this evening to begin with.
She takes a minute and nods and smiles. Yeah,
This is
some
gonna
might
blow
say.
up on us, right?
No, come now. You're not
No,
living in the
bomb.
train yard anymore. Nobody wants to see you dead that obviously.
Well, that could be
In
argued.
fact, rumors are that you all turned around and came back in and saved lives that would have been lost anyway.
Well, as the Harpy, you know, rumors aren't concrete.
She does nod, but certain rumors do hold truth, and the loud ones have certainly turned their own tides around over the past decade or so.
You know,
Wouldn't surprise me.
Rhonda, I was actually just about to leave for a walk back, and I thought maybe I could escort you. It's a dangerous evening to be walking alone.
She looks behind her and over around the corner, and as you peek around, you actually see a car waiting for her. Like, you may join me and I can drop you off somewhere, but I have a ride and I have business to attend to.
Oh, a ride from the Harpy. How can I say no? Can I bring my
She
luggage?
smiles like very widely. She smiles.
And
What
I
did you
point
say,
to the
sir?
suitcase.
Can I bring my luggage?
There's a moment and you see her just kind of take a little bit of a breath, which she doesn't often do. In the trunk.
Of course.
I
Where are
look
we
at
going?
Ollie.
And she says, "Where are you going?"
Home, of course. Back to the docks.
She nods and she just starts walking away, and she gives a quick wave to Ava, who's in the back, and then a polite smile to Ollie as Ollie's holding the package, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, and she takes a minute as Dakota follows, and she goes, "You might want to stay with them though, for what that is. I mean, that came out like a threat." She takes a minute and she's like, "It's just something important that I think you would all like to see. How about we talk in another couple nights? I got business anyway."
How about I come pick you up instead?
She nods. "I'll reach out," and she smiles, and she gives a polite wave and makes her way to the vehicle. She rolls off.
Bye, Rhonda. I'll shut
The
the
car
door.
with no license plate rolls away.
Well, Ollie? would
I
you
don't
like
have a
to-
problem with her. I just don't like that she fucking knows where I'm at all the time.
She's
It
really
actually kind of
hot.
bothers
Is
me.
it just me or is Rhonda
That-
hot?
That's her job, to be hot and to know where we are.
Well,
She's the
doing a
Harpy.
very, very good job.
The box itself is like about 2 feet, like, or no, maybe like a foot and a half long, and about 3 or 4 inches thick.
Do
So
we
it's
want to
pretty
start
thin
taking bets?
and wide.
I bet it's not a Nintendo 64.
Could be a
I
Switch though.
bet it's got a sharp edge.
Oh, yes.
Do it, Ollie. Open it.
I'll
You pull the
Crack it
string,
open.
the paper, the brown paper over it is torn away, and the simple white box is there. And as you lift the top, in sits the requested dagger, the one from the office.
Damien came through.
I imagine for a moment, Ava looks at that thing, and there's just a deep sinking feeling.
That trauma from what happened.
I don't know what the fuck to do with this.
We need it for the ritual. I'll take it.
Well, technically, we promised we'd hand it over to Jackson.
Jackson doesn't need it. We need it for the ritual.
Then I suggest we find somewhere safe to keep it.
Keep it with Nelson.
I said safe.
He
Keep going up. Hang on a sec. Keep going.
He's our ritual doer, so I think it's pretty safe.
I'm just gonna walk up. I'm gonna grab the dagger. I'm gonna walk up to a bit of the wall and pry a nail out, and then put it behind the wall, and then pop the nail back into the wall.
Oh,
It's
like
with
hide
Nelson,
it
right?
in the wall?
Yeah,
He's
that
here.
works.
This
Yeah,
works.
fine. I'm fine with
I
that.
was gonna put it in a cheesecake, but that's way better.
Fine.
You both saw where this is at.
Yes.
Nobody else knows where this is at.
I can't believe
except
we.
for your stool.
Oh, he's got a sheet over him behind the counter.
Oh, I see.
I had to throw him back there. Might have broke a couple of bottles. It's fine. He'll manage.
I.
Were you
that
serious,
thing.
Ava?
What?
About letting me, with Grant being a sire. Would that work?
That would work.
What's your generation?
He's 13th.
Just
You
before
risked-
Caitiff, baby.
Yeah, so you risk then blooding him.
Still,
It would work. Yes.
What does it mean? Like, do I have to?
You're gonna feel less human. Like I feel sometimes.
Look to Dakota. You know anything about this? You like that?
I don't know anything. I have actively attempted to avoid drinking other kindred's blood. I do know that depending on how old he is, it could be more of a jump for you, right? But the effects afterwards, and we don't even know technically what clan he is. What'll come of that?
I just don't really want to leave it in the hands of another person to sire Grant. As we saw tonight, you just didn't see it. You didn't see what he was going through. That scared me for him. I felt like a dad in that moment. And it kind of, I'm not going to say fucked me up, but it definitely rocked me a little bit because, man, he's fragile.
I wonder if you shouldn't take your stool home and make sure Grant still wants what he thinks he wants. Before you make any big decisions. And
I will say, to be the devil on the shoulder, as Dakota's the angel, we are one of the few times of our government here in Chicago where if we do this, I don't think anybody's going to bat an eye.
not for
I mean,
a
I
little
heard.
while.
I heard what they said though, right? Like if you do this, if you eat another kindred, doesn't it like taint your aura or something? It gives you some bad fucking feng shui or some shit.
For a little while, yeah, but not
You
forever.
also felt some thoughts that you're not sure if were yours or potentially Cammy's. I
And
don't know if you
let's-
forgot or you're actively
They live
leaving it out,
inside
but-
of you for some time, but
Yeah,
you can deal
well,
with it.
And
You
let
can
us
live
not
with it.
forget, lest we not forget, it's not always a success. If you fail, we lose Ollie.
This one's nothing. Ollie can take him.
I'm all for the metaphor, but I don't know what you mean.
I know Cammy had said when she did it, there was a chance she could have lost herself completely.
Meaning you lose, and they, the stool, would just take your body. A replacement of a flip-flop, a switchity-swap. The risk is high, though the reward great, I guess.
Let me stew on it then. I wasn't talking about Stump. I was talking about the talking problem in the bag.
Why not Stump too?
I don't know. Seemed like a lot less willing to talk, which is why they ran so fast.
Maybe more of a reason to actually drain this one dry. If it's true, what Ava's saying, that you retain some form of memory, maybe we actually get the information we need. If you're successful.
Okay. All right, then before we go to the boat, I'd really like to go to the pub. I gotta at least see him.
Well, now that he's missing his arms and legs, he'll fit in a trash bag for easy carrying.
Yeah.
Should take it with you just in case.
No, I intend to.
Ava.
If you don't mind, it shouldn't be a long thing. Should maybe give me 10 minutes.
You don't have to ask my permission, especially not when it comes to the things you care about most, Ollie.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back and sheet wrap Corpse Supreme and over
Make
shoulder.
sure you double bag it.
Yeah, I'll drop the body in a trash bag and tie it up real tight.
Bag, yeah.
Sure. Don't want anything leaking.
And you're heading the lights up?
Yeah.
What about Ava and Dakota?
Ava, would you
Being
care
left
for
alone.
a boat ride?
Yeah, I'll join you on the boat.
Off to the boat you go. I don't know if there's more
I make it
conversation
clear.
on that, my bad.
We have to walk.
Oh, why can't we just take a car?
Whose car?
We can call bring a body with us in a suitcase. Call an Uber.
And we're just gonna put the suitcase in the trunk.
I mean, taxis are still a thing.
Yeah, call a cab because we don't have phones, so we can't call an Uber.
Perfect. I go up to the register upstairs and pull cash, and then I'll ring up like the shittiest cab company possible. So like the likelihood of them carrying that.
For sure.
Yeah, low risk.
Absolutely do. No problem.
Oh my
You
God.
make your way out to the boat. Is there conversation? Are you looking to have a conversation between Dakota and Ava? Or is it just getting out of
in the cab in front of the shitty cab driver?
Or
no.
just in general together when you have some time?
When we get to the boat.
Sure.
That way it's more secure.
We'll start with Ollie then, who makes his way back to the Lights Out pub. That is, at this point, it's close to closing hours at this point. And since Grant wasn't working tonight, there's just somebody else working being fry cook position. And you, I imagine, make your way downstairs or wherever, just looking to see if Grant is here.
Yeah.
And you would find him in one of the back 2 rooms that you keep for people. Not like sobbing, not like in a ball. He's standing and he has an unlit cigarette in his hand, and he looks like he's trying to debate if he wants to go outside or not. He actually doesn't notice you for a second, almost takes a couple beats before he's like, oh shit. Yeah. Hey, what a night. You want to go smoke? You don't smoke. I'm gonna go smoke.
Yeah. I'm happy to.
He just pops a Bic lighter and just lights that thing before he even leaves the room as he's walking out, and just makes his way out the back door through the kitchen into the alleyway that you're also very familiar with. He just kind of leans up against a wall and he takes the biggest fucking drag you've ever seen him take, and he holds it ungodly long before he eventually lets it out. Because you remember, he's still a ghoul, so he has much longer, and he's a stronger mortal, so he can kind of do this shit a little bit. And when he lets it all out, you just see his eyes widen and he goes, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Would my brains have grown back?
Depends on the severity of damage.
Gotcha. Holy.
If it had just clipped like the back, then likely.
Is that what every Elysium is like? Holy shit. No wonder they don't do many of those things. I mean, I almost lost my life there. A whole life black before my eyes. And I even thought, do I need to do heroin one more time before I die? And I really didn't want to, but I didn't know if I was going to ever fucking feel it again. So I sat in the bathroom, and it was kind of familiar because that's where I did heroin the first time when I was like a teenager. And I just a lot of came back, and then I got threatened. He said, count to 10, but I counted to 30 just to be fucking safe.
Put my hand on his shoulder.
Yep. And at that, he shuts up and he just looks at you, and there's genuine, palpable fear just in him right now.
I wasn't going to let anything happen to you.
There's a moment and he nods, not in a way that's doubtful, just in that he hears it, but
just as reassurance.
Yeah, exactly.
You are really bad at counting. He said count to 30.
Fuck.
You went 31 and a half.
I was just stretching it out.
Did you notice that pile of ash by the door?
He had to know who that was.
That was him, Grant.
You see, the fear's still there, but a little bit of his tense posture loosens just a little.
I wasn't going to let anything happen to you.
Holy fucking shit, I almost died.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. And
But that one was like
buddy,
way more real feel. I don't know. Holy shit.
It doesn't get any easier. You just get tougher. I watched one of the few kindred in the city who might have actually given a goddamn about me turn to ash by one of those guys. He's strong, too. He's stronger than me by a long shot. He's older than me. Probably not as old as, well, Emmy, but he was a primogen. Meaning he was on council. He was like a local governor of my clan. It really sucks to see people backing you die. People that support you die. And as shitty as it was that you had to witness that, it's kind of good that you saw it.
Well,
because these moments that come, Grant, they come fast and hard, and there isn't a precursor to it. There is no firing a shot to signify that it's popping off. It's just blood.
And I couldn't do shit about it in my condition. I couldn't do anything other than just take his orders and not get fucking shot in the head.
And sometimes that's the best thing to do.
I could have been out there with you, helping you, not being terrified for my goddamn life.
The fear keeps you alive, Grant.
I bet you the fear is a lot different for you than it is for me.
Yeah, your fear was you were going to lose your life. My fear was I was going to lose a friend. And I got too many of those, Grant.
He shakes his head. So then I need to move over to your side all the goddamn way.
Then is that what you want?
Am I getting out of this life? I don't think it's possible.
No, but you saw the driver. Remember the driver on the way?
Yeah.
He was 100-something. Looked like he couldn't have been more than 30. And he was happy as fucking can be, still eating cheeseburgers, still working out, still having sex, still doing all the cool things about being alive.
Yeah. And yeah, I was only there because I was supposed to. Oh, God damn it.
So then I gotta know. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with me.
No, I don't know. I need to think about it now.
Because if you want that, I can do that. I should be able to do that. It should be me.
I don't know. If I say no, do I ever have to go to Elysium again?
You may have to go again, yeah.
Damn.
But at least you won't feel powerless. And you'll at least have a voice, because right now, while you're there, you're technically considered property.
Right, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I don't like that for you either, I promise.
I can't give you an answer now. I
kick this bag next to my feet. This is the guy who killed my sire. I chased him down. I broke his neck. I ripped off his arms and legs. He's sitting in a bag. He's not dead. But I can make it so that you can become what I am.
Yeah.
I don't have a big window before this guy starts to potentially walk again. Could be a couple of nights.
Okay. Give me to tomorrow. Let me sleep on it, at least tonight. I need to fucking rest.
Okay.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. Me and Dakota
everybody else
probably swing back in.
Dakota, Ava, they okay?
I don't even know why you gotta ask that question. They're some of the strongest broads in this entire fucking city.
I've seen Ava almost die as many times as I have.
They ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Even if Ava has this weird shadow looming over her shoulder, kind of poking her into the darkness, she's a staple to this place. As much as I hate to say it, she really likes it. Besides, she doesn't want to lose anybody either, and as much shit as she gives you, she doesn't want to see you dead. She got multiple boyfriends here that would be really hard for her to fawn over if she died.
I think I'm relieved to hear that. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You should rest. No, you know what I mean.
I will. I'm going out on the lake with the girls. If you need anything, if you need a bottle, something to be a bit more copacetic, grab one on the way out.
Yeah, he gives you like a appreciative like thank you nod, but then he shakes his head immediately after and just taps the box of cigarettes he's got. I only need one vice.
I tap him on the back. I'll grab the bag and nod to him and walk off.
As you walk off and our camera pulls out, we blur across the city. Ava and Dakota would get there well before Ollie, of course. Stepping onto the boat, dogs greet you in a similar way as they always do.
Yep.
But you have, and then you pull the yacht out into the water. Oh, you wait for Ollie, I imagine, rather. So
if Ollie asked us to wait for him, then we will. It'll also take a second to like prep the boat for launch.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
have
something that
time. You have
happens
time for the two
immediately.
of you to talk if you wanted to talk.
All right, listen, Princess Bella, you gotta get down.
I gotta check on Nero at some point, make sure he's okay. He nearly died. Emmy basically saved him. I just want to know why they went for him. Was it to attack us personally? To attack me personally?
What do we know about the freedom fighters?
They told
maybe
me.
I should say the Sabbat.
They told me that they have the same goals as us and they want to take out I'm pretty sure they want to take out the shadows of the city.
Is it the shadows or the elders?
The elder, the number one, the one that we're trying to take out.
Yeah. They hinted not so secretly that it's become less of a secret as time has gone on. That not only is something weird in Chicago, but maybe there's something there.
What do we know about Nero's age?
Fuck, he's old. He's pretty
he's
old.
Not ancient. He's not like a Cretius, but he's a couple hundred, I think.
He's supposed to be like Emmy's age, out of game, like 200.
God,
because he was in torpor for like 40
I
years.
like older men.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love that she's like, oh, he's older. Oh, I love older men.
What do we
Like, I
know
just imagine out loud.
about Snitch? Pretty old, right?
Yes.
And Bella?
Older.
Less old, but she had the power in the city. So like,
Snitch was just coming to power at like the Prohibition era. So yeah, he's at least 100.
Definitely not. None of them are neonates. Ancilla maybe, but on the older end of Ancilla.
So let's think hypothetically here.
As I'm like rigging stuff and prepping the the pieces and parts, and
you hear the creaking and all the scuffling around.
Am a older kindred interested in starting a coup. The current prince has made some fucking mistakes and partnered with all the wrong people. Would it not behoove me in my coup to get all sides shared common enemy? While I'm doing it, I knock out a large part of the anarchs who would have been our number one enemy once I rose to power. And the same thing for the Sabbat. You come to them, you offer them the opportunity to kill a bunch of elders in a single setting. Specific elders, all of which benefit one person.
Emmy also slipped some names in there to be murdered.
But she slipped those to the anarchs.
As far as you know, yes.
I just wonder that if we had taken their offer back when they presented it, if this could have been prevented.
I'm already thinking the reason we didn't take their offer is because the same person who was making backdoor deals with them didn't want us involved. Jackson didn't want us to know. What better way than to go in on it?
Yeah. Well,
so what did the Sabbat get out of this?
They get closer to their own goals of
some level of instability in the Camarilla, but not for long. Jackson's going to seat, and based on who was killed tonight, he's clearly already got his council picked out.
Sabbat's main desires, as far as most people know, is the complete and total removal of a rule system around kindred to rule like they used to in the Dark Ages. And that requires shuttering and collapsing the current governments, and
Aren't they?
And that and then in the Sabbat book, there's like 5 different paths, and they have different ways that they do it. It's a little bit of a variety.
Aren't they also just like trying to stop like Gehenna and like or like fight against it and just like take out anything ancient?
Well, yeah, but yes, and like the ancient, they blame the kindred being controlled because the ancients exist in the first place.
Right, that
so
we
they can't even
need
be
the rules
free.
we have. Right.
Yeah, they can't be free until those people who have complete influence over every bloodline are removed.
So,
Okay.
in walks Jackson. Charismatic, powerful, leader of a coup, and he offers them exactly what they want without telling them. Destabilize the Camarilla, kill a bunch of elders without telling them that inevitably he will take the seat.
Yeah. So it's a win-win for both of them.
Precisely. And in the other hand, he's wheeling and dealing with the Anarchs who are already weak to begin with. Now he's made them weaker. They are of no consequence to him now once he sits.
Jackson is the puppet master pulling these strings for his...
Across every major faction in the city.
Yes.
So at this point, Ollie probably arrives.
We're also his puppets. Hi,
Yes,
Ollie.
I'm fully aware.
Oh, I love walking into a conversation about puppets. Yeah.
We're puppets of Kevin Jackson. We always have been. Just like this Anarch play, perhaps even the Sabbat play. We're no different. We're not special.
Are we just puppets, or do we allow ourselves to? Because it sounds like we were supporting a prince.
Soon to be prince.
Yeah, we did all the work.
There's no difference, right? Look at current political events, right? And mayoral and any structure of government. You always have a group that's doing the legwork for you to make sure that you get your job done. You get where you got to be.
Well,
We've been his feet on the street the entire time.
and maybe that's fine. Maybe that's how it is and how it always has been. And it's just business. He's a venture after all.
Yeah, but what does it mean though, right? If we suddenly discover that the actions that occurred tonight, it was orchestrated by him. He did his due diligence to try to get us out, right? Because why would these freedom fighters, as you called them, whatever the fuck they are, why would they tell us to leave, of all people?
Yeah, because Jackson told him to spare us.
But what
We're
he
too
didn't
valuable
do
an asset to lose.
was tell him to work with us, which they attempted to do. Thus his and Cratius's hesitation.
Maybe there's 2 ways to look at that. Maybe he thinks it's just bad news that we'd be working with Sabbat, or whatever they are. Or he didn't want to share the information that he was already working with them.
My thought exactly.
Yeah, it could go either way. But
Jackson's not stupid, right? He knows we're going to find out if he did this.
yeah,
My question is, what sort of retort are you two going to have? Because he's going to have to answer for Snitch's death.
I have many retorts, none of which would want to be heard by the soon-to-be prince.
I don't think we have anything other than it's just business.
That being said, as much as I'd like to... Let me rephrase that. As much as I don't want to continue giving Jackson all of my hard-earned energy, we do have bigger fish to fry. I believe that I could get the truth out of Cratius, not Jackson. But we have to find Rudy.
You can tap the network. Rudy doesn't stay invisible the entire time. And I got eyes all over the streets. I can tap my network.
Well, considering the fact that you are slowly making your way to de facto leader of the Nosferatu, I think that might be a good idea.
There's
I'm also
zero,
Zero
zero,
what?
zero representation. There's no one looking out for them anymore.
That's not
I empathize. I empathize with you.
I'm sorry that both of you have had a rough go at it with your clans.
I guess maybe now it's time for somebody new to step up. Right, Ollie? Be the leader you don't have kind of bullshit?
Yeah.
Is that something you would want, Ollie?
I think I have to. I don't see any other kindred. What do you think?
Nobody has to do
The painted
anything, Ollie.
You think the painted lady's going to step up? You think Rat Tail is going to flick?
No.
No.
But you don't have to. The important thing is that you want to. Because they will see right through it if it's false.
I think I'll hold it until someone better comes along. Someone better that's not full of shit.
Then maybe this is your due time. Rally around Snitch's death. Find your place to lead him and root out Rudy. I plan to put the gangrel on the same problem, just a different way. He will either come to us, or we will corner him like the little shadowy rat he is.
I
All
love...
I need is 15 minutes with him. In the same room as Cretius.
Rudy and... Okay.
I'm aware of how strong you are and how strong the gangrel are. But if Rudy is who we think he is, your gangrel ain't getting anywhere near him.
I didn't say they were going to put their claws on him.
I don't think they're going to see him, Dakota.
Well, there's only one way to find out. I've already started putting messages around the city. We need a meeting with Rudy. I would like 15 minutes of his time in a well-lit room with him and Cretius.
I want to arrange that. I just think that Rudy is too tight around blood, and he ignores Kine.
Rudy is either going to get with the program or become the problem. He has an opportunity to be a solution, and I imagine he would understand difference.
I'll get him.
I have something he might want.
Dakota goes downstairs, and you hear like rustling through old books and papers and boxes. And she brings out something we've probably not seen since season 2, which is a series of notes left by Zach to her that were renderings, writings of a book that he handed over to a much older kindred that we no longer have anymore.
Kindred herself is dead.
She is, and we don't know where that book is, but Zach took meticulous notes, no doubt.
Yes.
I held on to these maybe for nostalgia or maybe just because one day I hope to burn them in great joy, but if I'm not completely stupid, these pages are from a book that helped a much older kindred get over her call. That same issue Rudy is facing. I'll give them to him.
It's not a bad idea.
But he has to fucking show up. Step out of the shadows and become part of the city, or become the problem.
No matter how he looks at it, Rudy has a debt to pay.
Rudy will not see it that way.
Yeah, well, when he finds out what happened to Snitch, I'm sure he's going to have some other feelings.
Maybe it's what brings him out. Either way, starting tomorrow night, Rudy is priority number 1.
And I think I'm going to leverage that. Also, as you could probably guess, Grant is pretty shook.
How's he doing?
Does he have any thoughts on his current predicament?
You remember a couple of years ago when he was at, when Rowan shot him and he almost died. He didn't have that fear. He wasn't afraid of death. But tonight. And that was a whole different level of shook.
Good.
He didn't die. He didn't even come close to death, but he felt like he was absolutely on death's door the entire time. So
That's not
I
going
asked
to
him,
change just because he becomes a kindred.
I know, and I told him that. I asked him that he make a decision if this is something that he still wants, and he's not sure. He still wants to be able to stand next to us. And I think I have to come to terms with the fact that I don't trust anyone else siring him or of me.
Yeah, one of our options just got dusted. Sorry.
So did you eat the stool?
Nope. And I kind of like point back to the bag that I drug up. Not yet. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it tonight, and making sure that you're both here, because if something goes wrong and Stump becomes old Holly Hopkins, you two are going to have to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Are you puttering out into the middle of the lake at this point, by the way?
Yeah, I imagine we kind of pull out and putter out. Part of this is for, to come through on a promise owed to this suitcase, as well as to have some privacy to really have this conversation, because at this point,
Yes, of course.
Dakota doesn't know who is listening.
Yeah, absolutely fair.
So, about our suitcase problem. Ava, I know you are very interested in the next iteration of your power lust. But with the... Oh, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. With the upcoming events about to take place, wouldn't it be smarter for all three of us to step up?
It would be advantageous for us to be as powerful as we can, yes.
I want to know before who they are, what clan they belong to.
I can venture a couple of guesses.
Well, that's
And
why
Ava
we're
has a
way
couple
out here.
abilities, right? Like you could entrance them or do other things that could draw
Yeah.
info. You just need to be not at hunger for.
Let's posit what we know.
Okay.
That's
Oops.
not.
Sorry.
It's not Sienna, right?
It's not.
Not
And
Sienna.
he was extremely strong, much stronger than Sienna as a Toreador should have been. And unlike Sienna, he didn't try to use some dreaded gaze or performance-based manipulation. This was something different. He projected his pain on me.
That sounds like one or two people already.
Well, I'm all ears.
Well, it's either got to be Tremere because it's magic, right? Or you and I just had a run-in with that Zemitzi fella who could change his body. And that wasn't Sienna, but definitely heard a man's voice.
But don't Tremere need to do, like, rituals and stuff like blood magic? None of
Not
that
if they have it
happened.
pre-prepped. Some of that shit is just like quick call. You know, it's just like me when I can just turn invisible. They can do the same thing.
I don't know
Just
about
like you
but
with your
I'm not
claws.
really interested in blood magics.
What would I know? Have we heard much about the Sabbat and some of the things that they do? Like, are we familiar with Valdery?
Like you would have been probably kind of through especially during that decade of off-camera time between seasons 1 and 2. You would have learned some of the basic shit about the Sabbat, that they just, they're fucking chaos. You can't fucking control them. They're after pretty much any kindred who stands against them, but particularly the elders. You would have heard of things like that they have a weird bond to each other. You might have, because you have a relationship with the Tremere, you probably would have even heard the term Valdery. And they do a lot of shit that is just seen as big no-nos because of it's a rapid sapping of your humanity. So many things that they do hit your humanity or give you stains. And so, you would have heard of Valdery for sure. The sharing of a blood bond between each other, et cetera, et cetera.
Isn't that something that they kind of do though, right? In the Sabbat, they they willingly go out of the way to share blood with each other so they can all tap into each other's disciplines, right? And it's sort of like some weird blood bond thing where they
loyalty.
It's kind of like what happened with you and Cammy, or like what happened with you and Bella, but it's all this whole Sabat nonsense wedding blah 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 bullshit.
Okay, so Stool over here, he didn't do any of that, right?
No, and yes, he did. There was a point where I was gaining on him, and then I saw his legs change, and he fucking gained so much speed. It was unreal. I was only able to catch him because I got ahead of him by hopping roof to roof.
Well,
Kitty cornered him.
I mean,
I caught him, speared him into a wall.
Quadruple their speed with what we know as fleetness. Was it? Like
I mean, I guess
that?
it could be, but his limbs didn't change like that. He just, I mean, maybe he's a toreador, right? I've seen some of the or people who can just move faster with their in-clan discipline. He could be a toreador for all I know. All I know is that Snitch was fucking strong. He was arguably the strongest amidst our kind. I'm probably second to that in our clan. And he got dusted. He wasn't hungry.
All right. So if we're talking about a fucking buffet here, and the possibility of tapping into extra powers.
Are you saying, Dakota, this is something you would do?
I'm considering the idea for the sake of completing what we set out to do 15 years ago.
Considering a group diablerie, you mean?
No, I'm considering Ollie taking one and maybe Dakota taking another, so we all get a little bit of a bump.
Yeah, because Ava's had a gen bump since beginning of season 2.
The risk of us both losing, it's not lost on me.
It is dangerous. But you're not exactly doing this to Critias, so I think you'll be okay.
I'm not doing this to gain anything short of the ability to protect the people I care about.
It's the opposite, and if you fail, is worse than if you lose yourself in the attempt.
Okay, Ollie, you first. Do you want the suitcase's powers or the stool's powers?
I think it's only fitting that I take the man who took my primogen's life.
Well, until I know more about, the suitcase, I hesitate to say yes.
Would you like me to try to tap into my own
What's
go
your
into
hunger
my
at right now, Ava?
It's at 3.
So you could easily take a point off of each of them. 1, you won't risk blood frenzying because you're not at 4. So you take a point off one corpse and a point off another, not off your coterie mates, but off the 2 corpses. You put yourself at 1 hunger and you're at basically max capacity to be able to work your abilities.
Can you do that? Figure it out?
I can try to see if I can see something. I don't necessarily, we know my visions are not always clear, but it might help give us
a camera.
The camera. Yeah.
That gives you visions. You're looking to use visions and try to see who they are. You have a camera, take a picture, see what happens first. That requires nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I could try.
If you feel confident, if that's, man, this really feels like we're cherry picking stats for a video game right now. This is wild.
I don't know anything about that. I'll tell you my hesitancy, right? I worked really hard to lead a group of kindred who are in the middle of being forgotten. I can't lose who I am at my core as a gangrel to some piece of shit in a suitcase. I can't lead them anymore if I'm not who I am. I can't take on a bunch of Tremere powers and then have to go inside the Chantry walls, and I definitely can't lose myself.
So how about
we
this?
Find out first, right?
Yeah.
Why don't Ava just figure it out?
My goal will maybe be to see if I can determine how long their unlife has been. If they seem very old, it's probably more likely for it to fail. If they seem young, like our age, you very likely will succeed, both of you. So if they're younger kindred like us, I don't think there will be a problem. But if they're
older kindred, I wouldn't have caught this clown.
Yeah, that too.
I swore.
I mean, we watch what Rudy can do, right? He literally just blinks and he's buildings away.
Yeah. I will see what we can gather from this. And if you really feel that strongly that it's too much of a risk, you don't have to do it.
I guess
But
that's
then
true. I did promise
it
that
gives
they'd
you-
be fish food for a while.
It gives you both the opportunity, if you needed, either of you needed to embrace Grant, you could.
I'd rather respect Ollie's wishes.
I wouldn't trust anyone else other than myself or Dakota to do it.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want him to be a Nos, she could make him a gangrel. It's just a thought.
Well, do you do, girl?
Okay, let me 1 sec. Let me just grab my camera and try to. Can we
Look
take
at the
him out of
rules.
the suitcase, please?
I will only unzip the suitcase
Tear
and like
open the
lay it.
bag.
Can we please
open,
lay them
yeah.
out nicely for this photo? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're tearing open the bag, why don't we go to break here?
Oh,
And
perfect.
we're a little over to the 5 o'clock mark, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we will pick up right where we left off.
Sounds good. Get a bio break, everybody. We'll be
Yeah.
back for a photo shoot.
welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your break. We're just going to kind of jump right back into it as Ava was about to take a picture, I believe, of this.
Yes, I would like to start with taking a picture of I guess the one that was in the suitcase,
I'll set him
the
up
one,
and
the Sienna one.
adjust him so he looks nice. As per, maybe I'll even like prep his arm with his head in his, on his fist or whatever. So it's a nice photo for Ava.
We have 3 charges of a night, a kind of very typical D&D fashion. Basically, every night your camera has like 3 Polaroids in it. So for some reason, it just does.
So, if I wanted to use this multiple times, would I rouse for each time that I use it?
Do you have to rouse to use it in the first place?
Actually, yeah, there is no cost
No, you shouldn't.
rouse.
I think, I don't think there's a rouse for that.
Yeah, this is it's not like a mega powerful thing, but it's no,
Okay.
you don't need a rouse check to use it.
Okay, great.
And I make sure that we're very clear of the photo frame.
Yeah, you just kind of move out of the way and just take the picture.
Okay, I'm
so
going.
you have to make an intelligence occult roll when you snap the shot.
Ooh,
Okay.
that is, all right. I'm gonna spend the willpower. Ugh, I can only reroll one.
Yeah. You have 2 more pictures you can take. You can make another attempt.
As
As it prints out and you kind of grab the photo and you wave it around a bit, when it finally clears, it's just a picture of exactly what's there.
This is. Hold on, let me.
Can you rouse to add 2 more? Or you're very hungry though, aren't you?
No, she's gonna take the blood from them. Remember, one from each.
Point of each.
Oh, that's right. Do that before.
All right, let me feed off of this one.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll have to tell you what else you have access to for trees after this.
Okay, so
she already just fed off this one.
Yeah,
I thought she's gonna. Yeah, but the other one she hasn't.
Yeah,
the other one she hasn't. She's taking 1 off each. All right, go ahead and make another picture. Take her and you rouse if you'd like.
Okay, so I'm back up.
You should have been down to hunger 1. Right?
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna feed from both of them.
Yeah,
I just fed from the one for now.
Hunger 2 now.
Yep. Okay, back down. And
now you can make me your roll.
Looks like Kitty.
That is, sorry, it is occult and intelligence. There we go.
Double cat act.
Let me just add my
to
dice
make everybody at
pool.
home feel better, more comfortable.
Yeah.
That's
not bad.
You can reroll 2 of them if you'd like.
You know what? This is important. So we'll power reroll 2.
Hey!
Oh, hell yeah. And that's a critty.
That's a messy critty.
Yeah, messy crit.
I
mean, it's still a crit, right?
Yeah, it's still a crit. Exactly. It doesn't really matter. So you again, you don't know, you don't put a will into this camera. You more or less kind of take a picture and hope something around those. Does Ava attempt to I don't know what she would do, but is there any attempt at trying to focus this on a particular past or future?
Yes, I am kind of my goal is to really find out how long they've lived this unlife. If they are generations old, see what life they've lived.
As the picture finally clears, you actually see a figure, a body, where they are, but it's not of the same person. It's not Sienna you took a picture of?
I took yeah.
Not Sienna. Instead, it's a gentleman in his 60s with a bit of a portly stomach. He's got a big ginger nose, clearly heavy drinker, with a bit heavy bags under his eyes. You probably put him in his 60s. But you blink, and now it's different. You see a middle-aged woman dressed rather, I guess a teacher is the best way to go, a tight bun in her hair and some glasses. And then you blink and you see another face. This is of a younger man, 16 or 17 years old. Looks like he's dressed in 60s attire. And you blink and there's another face. And then another. All told, you count about 16 different faces that cycle through, including Sienna's. That is the last one that you see.
16. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
For Ava in particular, I imagine this points to they've had many, many, many identities over the years.
Oh, they've had many faces. 16 to be exact.
Well, it sucks for them that Sienna's was their last one.
Or maybe beneficial.
You know, they've been around at least from the 60s, and some of the others, you would probably posit them at least the early 1920s, the latest you would posit.
Yeah, the attire is varied from probably like the 60s to maybe the early 1900s,
So about
the 1920s. Probably about 100 years old. That's old, but not ancient.
Anything about their abilities, their powers?
You
Well, I just
there's
took-
some meatsy.
Yeah, I took a drink from them, and would I know like what? Yeah, mechanically.
Would you believe that I actually Googled earlier? Would a kindred know the taste of their sire's blood? I was, because I'm curious if you would have known like what it would be, but there's no way to tell what clan it is unless you're a Tremere who have a ritual,
the ritual
that can actually do and determine what the blood clan is.
God.
Now, what if it's a Zamitzi or not? Dakota and Ollie have made a good point in that, like, if they are part of the Sabbat, they've all tasted each other's blood, likely, and they could be the core of who they are. Might be, who knows? You don't know.
It has to be a Zamitzi. That he has so many different identities. Tremere can potentially do that, but the masters of changing their appearance, it's got to be a Zamitzi.
All right.
I pick him back up, put him back in the suitcase, zip him up.
Your turn, Ollie.
All right.
This
pose him.
slimless man.
He's barely got anything to. I'm not working with much here, but I'll do my best.
This is the last picture of your camera.
This is my hardest.
Make sure to open a single eyelid.
This is my most difficult clients that I've had.
Rouse.
Yes, I could do that because I can get a hunger 3. Okay. Yep. And I'm at hunger 3. Okay. Occult and intelligence. I gotta put some more dots on occult. Okay, let's do this. Oops. Occult. Ignore that. Why the fuck is this? Oh, because okay, I see. Sorry, one moment. Intelligence, occult, add my dice. All right. That's better.
And you can reroll 2, your choice. You critted the last one, so you know you had a minimum of 5 successes for the last one.
All right,
Doesn't mean it's 4 is still very good. I'm just asking. You have 2 you could reroll.
I'm tapping the willpower quite a bit this session, but let's do it.
That's what it's there for. Okay.
5.
And you're looking for what out of this one in particular? Because you don't think this one is wearing a different face. You're hoping for glimpses into their past?
I think yes. Like what type of power do they tap from their vitae to maybe get a better idea of what they are? Because we're really not sure what this one is.
Right. So you're trying to figure out like what their clan might be?
Yes.
Okay. And that's kind of like where you're pointing.
I think that's my goal, then. But okay, gotcha. Yeah, the secondary goal would maybe see if they look like how old they are. But
resolve composure, please.
Oh.
When you glance at the photo.
Oh shit. 4 successes.
Beautiful. There's a moment as the picture kind of clears itself and you actually gaze on it for the first time. The body is the same. It hasn't really changed all that much. In fact, there's no visual manipulation of the photo at all. But for a moment, your mind fractures. You feel it splinter and spiral into a million different voices, all of them your own. And you hear the whisper of the voice that came from the Fae. Another child of madness. Delicious. Oh no. And there's a desire, though not in a controlled, like you're not being taken control of, but God, you want to eat them right now. You want to taste. You want to know what they know.
Oh, this one might be Malkavian.
Well, that's unexpected.
I think I just heard the voice of the Fae. That was weird.
Please. Fucking hate fairies, dude.
What is his reaction to that? This one is very intriguing. I think we should.
He was like, I think we should.
Ollie.
I think this one. would be worth tapping into.
All right, well, let's leave the suitcase closed for a second. If this is gonna go down, we should definitely do it one at a time and make sure we don't lose Ollie, because...
Yes, I agree. This is risky.
Is this really what you want, Ollie?
Yeah. I
Well,
can't keep helping people if I feel like I'm just not bigger or better.
Well, the good news is, we are completely isolated, and if shit goes haywire, the lake may still get a new prisoner this evening. No offense, Ollie.
You know, if I gotta go, I'd rather be at your hands.
God.
Say that now.
When I
Well,
had to diablerize Cammy, I didn't even think about the danger of that I could have lost myself. And now we're thinking about it so heavily, and it's just so, I don't know, it's kind of scary.
well, there is no time like the present, so... I mean, unless we want to just toss him in and come back for him later.
Let's just do this now.
Okay.
I will wait idly by in case shit goes awry and we need to deal with not Ollie when this is done.
Oh my God. I
Ready?
can't believe, I never thought I'd see the day where Ollie would diablerize.
You are facing great power. Sometimes morals have to go by the wayside. Ollie,
Tell me what I need to do.
Oh, I'm gonna mute
First.
myself.
your fangs, your fangs slide forward. You just open your gaping maw. And as you sink your multitude of teeth into them, the world around you seems to fall silent in a way you've never experienced. Ava may have, but you have never experienced it like this. The taste of their vitae, thick and rich, flows richly into your mouth, coating your tongue. It's richer, older, and more potent than almost anything you've experienced. It overwhelms your senses. And in that moment, you feel their essence mingling with your own. A symphony of shattered memories and emotions, experiences that you can make no sense of. You drain them down to 0. You take 1 point of hunger because it's all they had left in them. Now, the very first thing you need to do, let me open up my game here because it's over here, is you have to lose 1 humanity for me, Ollie.
You got it. That puts me at 6.
Oh shit! Hang on. I gotta have to make you roll first. Don't lose a humanity yet. Make me a strength resolve test first. You will need to make me 2 of them.
You got this.
No modifiers and nothing, just flat.
Just flat. You need to beat a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Now I need another one. As the next turn happens. So this is like the first 3 seconds, and then the second roll is the second 3 seconds, and
4.
you're more than fine. So you do succeed. So you do lose a point of humanity. Then,
All right.
what I need you to do is make me a roll. I just need to hang on. Let me get my stats open for this character. You are downing the Malkavian, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here we are. So you need to make me a humanity blood potency roll, and I have to make a resolve blood potency roll.
Interesting. How do I? Is there a way that I
You
can
might have to just
that?
do like a raw pool. I don't know if there's anything on the character sheet.
It's what? Oh, it's with
Okay.
your humanity. There actually is something for that. If you know, isn't it? Doesn't? Oh, I see. Doesn't a remorse test roll your humanity?
It does, but I don't know if it takes anything else into account.
Yeah,
What is this roll called?
So
This is just fucking a contest versus theirs. It's not really called
I'm
anything.
gonna-
All right, I'm going to call this
Oh,
contest.
okay, yeah. So
of
it
wills?
doesn't give you an option for.
And you said it's humanity,
yeah.
and my BP is 1. Right?
1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
It's
It's-
against my own, so I'm going to be rolling.
It's their resolve and
Yeah.
and BP.
Yep.
2.
Ugh.
Can I reroll anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, let me just. I'm almost positive now, but I want to check. Hang on. Can you willpower diablerie
It doesn't.
rolls 5? Yeah, I don't think you can.
It doesn't say one way or another.
Oh, it's up to the storyteller. I would say my heart says no, but
I mean, so
what is the player's consensus?
I was about to say, my thought would, oh, this is tough. Willpower is the choice to push harder, which as long as he's in control, he could.
Sure, but in terms of diablerizing, you should be at trying your damnedest to begin with.
Right. I don't know. I
don't know.
I'm for it, but I'm also not going to go against the grain. So.
Yeah.
Chat.
Poll chat. You can drop
chat,
a poll, right?
It's a Y or an N. Yes or no? Can we use willpower
can you
on
activate
Diablo?
a poll as like the can you do slash poll?
That I don't know.
Maybe I can as a mod. Yeah, I can.
Can you? Okay.
Poll. Here it is. Yep. Okay. Can you use willpower for diablerie checks?
Oh, chat's kind of coming through. We're gonna put up a proper poll, everybody.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this the right way. The right way here.
Yes, it's easy for me. No. Here it comes. It's going to be up for 60 seconds,
this is
everybody.
Democracy Manifest.
Yeah, there it is.
Vote now.
Vote now.
It's up. Do you see it? The top of the chat?
Yeah, I
do.
I'm
vote above, chat.
I'm voting.
Yeah,
I'm voting. I get a vote.
Oh, okay, then I'm voting. God damn it. Yeah. Looks like yes is winning by quite the margin. About halfway down. Oop, there we go. 15-4, yes.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Chat has some other thoughts like adding potence or making it a permanent willpower usage.
That would be fucking insane.
That's
Damn.
intense.
No potence.
I would hate to play at your table.
Nobody with high potence would ever lose a diablerie ever.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have a lot of
I would say, okay, so if we're going to go yes,
vampires.
I go with what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If he's able to willpower if I choose, probably not going to, but he's fighting for his spark of life as well at the same time. So I think that's fair. You're trying to take it, he's trying to keep it. So obviously we'll keep it a yes. It looks like yes is going to run with it, which I'm totally cool with. So Ollie, go ahead and make me a willpower reroll, please. My pool is significantly smaller than yours.
All of that, and
it's okay. We'll use it for maybe Dakota because I'm getting real sweaty.
Okay, yours is smaller than I thought, but I'm still smaller than you by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me look now.
You're gonna lose another point of humanity.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I think that's what happens.
I think you lose more than 1.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just hang on a second. I'm also getting other shit open.
Oh, this is already
bad
ideas. Bad idea.
Should the contest fail, the Diablerist loses an additional point of humanity for each success by which they failed. So you failed by 2, you lose 2.
Fuck.
If this corrodes their humanity to 0, which it doesn't, that's when your mind is replaced.
Taken over. Yeah.
I see.
God damn it, Ollie, you're gonna be lower than me.
Never been at 4.
If the victim was of lower generation, but doesn't really, I don't think you succeed. I think it's done. Do you still get anything out of it? Because it doesn't make it clear after that. I think you might still get it.
It's still a successful diablerie. You just lose
I
access
think it's
to
still a
it.
successful diablerie.
Damn.
Your generation will go down by 1. Diablerie effects.
Yay for getting new powers, though, right?
I did not expect this to happen to Ollie. They lose so much humanity.
Blood potency only plays in the first roll.
Yeah, humanity is the next one.
Oh my god.
Effects of diablerie, blah blah blah. Yeah. So you succeed. Everything goes. Every success rolled. And so you get no experience points out of it because you didn't roll enough success. It was the other way around. For every point of success, you got 5 experience added. But your gen will get knocked down as well, like by 1. And you'll have access to, you can have access to basically every fucking discipline of the Malk. On top of
aspects, obfuscate, and demontation.
You're also going to have access to the way flesh crafting works, obviously, which is you have Protean or something.
Yeah, I think it's now Protean.
Yes, it is Protean. I just looked it up.
You have access to that, and I'll give everything else afterward. However, the body would slowly dust as you drain that life from them. And what is your humanity now? 4?
4.
Oh my God.
So
welcome to You Can't Eat and Drink Anymore, Ollie.
You would, as you watch Ollie kind of rise up and the body ashes under him, you watch as his skin actively flushes for more color. Ava, you are familiar with the physical changes of getting closer to your
red
true
eyes.
Yep, you see more of corpse-like features starting to come through. And Ollie, yeah, your morality, it's not like, I would imagine, you know, mechanically your morality drops to a 4 instantly. I'd say it's just a quick sliding slope. You're probably not standing up and you're not Ollie anymore. You're still Ollie. I would say it's probably more as you go on, little things become less of a problem for you as they arrive. Sure. You know what I mean? It's not like you're just like a fucking villain.
Yeah,
now.
you wake up like
Ollie.
yeah.
You didn't just have the Venom symbiote attached to you and you're feeling like emo. No, it's going to be through your actions. You may not even realize it, but people around you will. But he stands up and he doesn't seem like he's not holding. You can do the two of you can do a wits insight to see if you can see if maybe he's holding himself differently, if a different person is in his head.
I'll just Ollie.
Yup.
Yeah.
You feel good. You are at 0 hunger for the sake of, even doesn't matter where you were, for the sake of it, you're at 0 hunger because you drank somebody's soul.
So we got 4 and 6. We know Ollie.
You can feel the energy. It's almost like having an energy drink in a little way. You can feel the blood in your own body mixing with the new. There's a rush, almost an adrenaline hit on you as you do feel different, more capable, but in a way that's hard to physically describe.
Ollie?
Yeah.
Okay, the both of you rolled incredibly. He's carrying himself normal. There's no little touches of like he's holding himself differently. And
maybe I'll like hand him his mask back, like I was hanging on to it till he got done with the job.
He looks at it and Ollie drops the mask.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
You did it. You did it.
Okay, so let's actually talk about that. Since I'm next, should I be concerned?
I look at Dakota.
However honest Ollie would like to be, it's not a voice. Your thoughts are just harder to control, not because your humanity slipped, because the remnants of a Malk are fucking weird. And the way I do things, particularly as a storyteller, obviously. It's not that you hear voices and it's not like you have chaotic thoughts. It's almost like Ollie might have ADHD for the first time in a weird supernatural way. Everything's fighting for dominance. You also have memories that you know aren't your own, and you obviously know that they're probably part of him, but it's hard to wrangle it right now.
How about those memories? Any idea from his memories? Do you remember anything that might help us out with our situation?
It's fucking loud out here.
Maybe we should give Ollie some time to sit with what just happened. It might take us a bit of time to settle.
It was very different. That was a lot.
That Ollie's looking a little paler, Dakota. This is the way I look after I kill a bunch of people.
You also know, Ollie, that Sienna, the individual that actually is Sienna, they don't have a name. They don't remember their name. And they've had more than 16.
Oh, that's not the one that Ollie diablerized.
Right. But he knows her.
Oh.
The Malkavian knew her. Because they're from the same freedom fighter squad.
Oh, you mean the one in the suitcase?
Oh.
The one that has the face of Sienna.
The person's likely seen Sienna, but they don't know him. Not really well enough. They also don't know who they are. I don't know how I know him, but I know him. And I know that you said you saw 16 people. Double it at least.
God, that's a lot.
So maybe they're older than we think they are. Maybe I shouldn't midnight snack.
Would I have a recollection of them potentially being like shoveled together? Would they be shovel heads at roughly around the same age?
No, you weren't shovel-headed together, but as you like kind of, you're just trying to see if you can pull on memories and whatnot. Especially when Dakota's like, oh, I shouldn't. You don't have the feeling that they're ancient, only that they changed faces very often. It's not that they held on to an identity for very long. They just didn't it's not, they didn't hang on to an identity very long. They were they swapped faces pretty consistently.
Gotcha. They lived that undercover lifestyle.
Yeah, and now it almost becomes clear what I meant and hope was meant to impart is like, they particularly don't know their own name, which is why not the Malk, the person who is in the suitcase doesn't even know their own name anymore.
They've been someone's that's not themselves so long they don't even know who they are. They're just used to following orders.
That feels right. You kind of almost like, that feels right.
Kind of nods after he says that in confidence.
Okay. Well, Ava, if it's true that Ollie has undergone the same emotional strain that you tend to go through every time you accidentally off a kind, I'm gonna... I don't know that I could... Should I risk that? We know what, you know what I'm like when I
understand. And honestly,
you want her. There's a little nagging voice in the back of your head, Ava. It's like, yeah, because you want to fucking eat her. And you're not sure if it's you or the Fae influence.
Okay.
Maybe it's best not to, Dakota.
Ollie?
I think it's your call. Not going to look at you any different, though. They're just dead already. Either you take them now or you don't. They're going to wind up someone's food eventually. And at this point, they're considered a failure. So if they go back, they're definitely going to get eaten.
I'm more worried about me failing.
You got this. You made it tougher stuff than that. If I can walk out of it, you got this.
Above table and we're real worried about this humanity, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diablerie is rare for a reason. And it is illegal for this reason.
It's not
Ava
illegal
and
tonight.
She failed.
I could have become,
I don't know. It depends. First we need to know, I guess, Dakota's probably pacing the boat. There's just like notable tense silence as everybody is trying to grapple with what the fuck to do now.
They're hearing us right now. They're right there. They're torped, but they're hearing us. How about this? You succeed. Do this. And I'll put myself on the opposite side so that they can't hear. And I'll just do like a peace sign or like a hand, just an okay, so that we know. Because if they don't do that, then we know that one of you failed.
Okay. If I come out the other side of this, hand signals and all, but I'm too rough around the edges, I am asking the both of you to assure that that you take care of it.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you doing it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
I will go over and I will open the suitcase.
Yep. There lies the body with the face of Sienna.
I'm not gonna pull the stake yet. I look at Ava and I say, "There's a stake there. You put me in torpor and you drop me in the lake. Do you understand?"
Yeah.
Oh, and if it comes to that, pull this from my hair and you return it to Moon. Do you understand? Okay.
Yeah. This is so final. I'm gonna give Dakota a little hug, just in case, because I'm scared.
Like she takes it from your hand, and there's that tense, Dakota's kind of almost a little nervous, and in that moment, that's when Ava steps in and just kind of gives a quick And a really meaningful, I imagine. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just like go dance in the
Personal
club
hug.
and gain 1 humanity right now.
Yeah,
No.
this is not Bloodlines 1. We can't.
Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is-
All right.
All right, you're doing it. First things first.
I'm gonna eat a man out of a
my.
suitcase. Okay.
You bite down.
Yep.
All right?
Yep,
All right?
yep.
And just similarly, as the same I described,
Okay, so my hunger will go
older-
down.
you're going to go down to 0.
Oh,
No matter where you're at, you're going down to 0 because, well, actually, we got to succeed, I guess, first.
I was about to say. Okay.
Regardless, I need you to go ahead and make me your first. Get the
Strength and
dice rolls
resolve.
open. Yep, I have to get my dice open. There we go. Okay, so you're going to make me your first strength resolve of multiple.
Strength resolves.
Yep.
Yeah, to start.
This
There's
is
mul-
this is
to see
so
if
that
you
it doesn't turn
succeed.
to dust. Yeah, because
this
it could
doesn't
just.
risk humanity. This is just to see if you literally, like she said, get to move on to the diablerie aspect of it all.
Oh God. Well, this part's the easy part because.
Okay?
Oh God, yeah, this is the
Critical
easy
succeed
part.
the first one. I need another.
Mm.
Okay,
Beautiful. I need one more.
you're in.
No,
You're in,
I
babe.
need-
Oh,
no, no,
oh,
no, no, no,
oh
no,
no!
no, 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 I
Oh
need one more.
no!
Humanity.
No. One more strength resolve. Their blood
Oh.
potency is 3. You succeed.
Oh,
We
no.
move on.
You're in, baby.
Your humanity immediately drops.
Those were
by
the
1.
easy rolls.
Those were the easy
Okay,
rolls. Now I'm
I'm
scared.
sweating.
I
Okay.
know. I'm fucking scared.
Drop your humanity to 6 or 5. 5.
Down to 5.
Oh my
baby.
God.
That's why I was telling y'all this is gonna get real
Oh,
hard
no.
for Dakota.
I don't know if we could. Oh,
I need you to make me a humanity blood. Yes, you're gonna make me a humanity and blood potency roll. So your humanity is 5, and your blood potency is what? Is it 1 or 2?
It's just 1.
only one.
Okay, so that is a
Please.
6 dice pool total.
Please.
I can't-
appropriate-
I can't
this-
rouse
this-
for this. I
moments
can't
that
rouse
take-
for it.
No, yeah, and just take a moment. We're at the end of the campaign, everybody. Moments like this have happened in the past where lives were on the line. They are also aware that this is dangerous in-game as well as out. So whatever happens, just know we're professionals and we'll be able to adapt and continue the story. Regardless,
I mean,
are you ready?
no.
Fuck.
What do I need to succeed of these 6 dice?
It's a contest. You have to beat
me.
what I roll, and we both have access to willpower.
Right, we sure do. We sure do. Here we go.
But I will say this, I won't use a willpower unless you do first.
Cool. All right, everybody at home,
Please
if you
pray.
if you pray
total-
to a god, now is your
Chance.
chance.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
Crit succeeded.
Let's
a total
go,
of
Dakota.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes is what I have to beat.
Let's
got
go.
I should ask, are you using a willpower to re-roll your 2 failures?
I don't like
You
it
have to
when
make a decision before you
Don't-
know your
oh,
roll.
not,
again.
dude,
not,
don't.
not the 2, not for this one. No,
You critted. I think a crit
We're
is.
gonna-
Totally fair.
We're
totally
gonna own
fair.
that. We're gonna own that.
Are you ready? Okay, let's
No.
see.
1, 2.
3, 4 successes. And so you succeed by 2.
You get XP.
Let's
go.
You're going to get 10 experience points to
Oh
bank.
God.
No, to spend immediately,
spend immediately
on a
on either
discipline.
increasing your blood potency up to the maximum of theirs, but you're at 1, so you'd have to buy 2 and then buy 3,
Right,
or on disciplines that they know.
which would be
You open up do you have the
It's-
player's companion
Yes.
guide?
Yes, I
Tracy's
do.
got it open in front.
Mm-hmm.
It's I just had the Zamitzi. One moment.
No worries.
Boop, 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 boop. Ministry.
I believe
Ravnos.
it's Protean animalism. No, it might-
Animalism, dominate, and protean.
Okay,
Here you go. You're gonna get
and I have
those.
10. Okay,
Also gonna get access to what is it?
dominate, which is something Dakota
Dominate,
did
correct.
not have before. Oh,
So,
Visa 2 doesn't exist in V5. It's an amalgam.
Right.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
Protean.
which the amalgam is dominate. So you would need dominate,
Dominate.
to get
But you
the
would get dominate
proteans.
via the cross member
Yeah.
Malkavian,
Yeah.
crossed over.
So here's the tricky thing.
Everything she's getting, you're getting as well, Ollie. You just don't
Oh.
get to buy into it right away, but you're getting access to all these trees. You
Yeah.
get
No.
to tap into all of it.
All right.
Ollie did not increase in BP, right?
Nope.
From the
He,
diablerie.
he didn't get any experience
So he
points to do
cannot
it, so
he cannot sire grant. Dakota.
No, his generation went
His
down.
still generation.
That's
Oh,
what it is.
okay. Got
But
it. Got
his
it. Got
he
Her
it.
does
generation
not.
also drops Dakota
Right.
Oh, welcome to
by
12.
one. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Let's
so
go.
12th gen. All right, everybody. So here's the thing. Because of where I'm at in Protean, that 10 XP is not going to buy me the next dot in Protean. It's just
Okay.
not. I'm too far. I'm too far down the rabbit hole.
What does the point in blood potency cost?
Oh, fuck.
Hang on, that
5 times level, right?
Is it 5 times level?
I think it's 5 times
Yeah.
level.
So you could buy blood potency 2 with your 10.
Or it's either 3 or 5.
Hang on, let's find
I
out.
could be wrong.
blood potency. The bullet points below each level describes one effect. Looking here. Okay.
That says Chet's is 10 times level.
God, that's so much.
10 times the level. So in this case, I would only
Okay,
be able to buy
so-
2. No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
You'd just get one.
You're not there. So you're gonna have to buy into some level 1 or level 2 powers.
So let me just. Okay.
Because if you don't spend it now, it evaporates.
Right, and that's super not gonna happen. So let me just pull up animalism. I think the reason I didn't take more points in animalism is
What are
because
your
I was
gens now? 12 or 11?
12.
12.
12, gang, rise. We're all 12.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
at that. We moved up from 13.
I could buy the level
So proud.
2 in Feral Whispers, which would be the only option.
That's great. That's what I took.
Hmm.
That allows you to speak to your pets.
Well, I technically do already have 1 dot. Okay. Or Dominate.
Oh, dominate. You can get a little,
Some big like compulsion.
oh yeah, a little,
That's like sit, walk,
yeah.
stay.
But I would only be able to take, I could take Cloud Memory or Compel. I would
That's
be
the
able to
thing.
take a level 2.
It's like treading on Zach territories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really against Dakota's way. So I am going to
Yeah.
take the second dot in animalism because that's the only thing that really fits and that is available to me. And I can't take the blood potency we decided, right?
You didn't have enough, so yeah, you can't.
I want to confirm that. Not that I don't trust chat.
Yeah, no, please do. I mean,
Sure,
I
like
would,
if you just got 10 experience, you can buy.
do
you
have-
would need
can you
20.
combine
I
them?
need.
Yeah, she
I
needs
would need 20,
You need
which
20.
is a
Yeah.
deep buy.
I mean, do you have any banked experience?
I have. I think it's only 4 because I spent some to take
Ah.
the graffiti.
Yep.
So you have 4, and you need how much?
Oh, here it is. I
6?
found it. Okay, so blood potency
That's a bit.
1.
I was like, can I gift a little for the scene? But 6 is a lot to give.
It is, yeah. Add 1 die, add 1 die. Does it tell me?
But you all gain an experience point just for this scene, including Ava.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
Cool.
doesn't say there. I'm just confirming and denying. Because I
I've got
found that.
experience banked.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
just.
you are going to have now black veins in your aura.
Fun times.
They persist for a number of years, equal to the original difference in generation. The original difference in generation. For Ollie, it was just a 1 difference.
One.
So you have 1 year.
Yeah.
Not Ava. Dakota's going to have a 2-year length.
So does it jump to 10 years or is that 50? Because
It's
like
just
when you jump up the BP, it's I thought it was pretty big.
Oh no, I'm talking about just the veins in your aura.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about anything else. But just now, if people do aura, like look for your auras, which a lot of Ventru have and shit, they will see the black veins of diablerie. For 1 year for you, Ollie, 2 years for Dakota.
What's 1 year as a kindred? Right? It's a
Right.
blink.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And who's gonna train? Who's gonna like arrest you right now?
Yeah, who's gonna try to look and see if you diablerized?
The only person, if everything goes according to plan, the only person who will have that power is somebody you fucking helped rise to that power.
Let's see what,
Yeah.
what Reddit says. Reddit knows things. Get your XP specifically. Yeah. Because it takes 100 years. Yeah, no, I don't see like a flat answer. If anybody has the page number, let me know. But for now, I'm going to take the animalism for sake of taking it. If I find that's not the case, I would much prefer the if it's only 5, then I would much prefer the blood potency. But I don't think.
It's looking like it's 10x level for what I'm seeing.
Okay,
too.
perfect. If you found
it
it.
used to be 5x level in Vampire the Requiem.
Requiem. Okay, so
back
now it's
up
10.
to V5. It's 10x.
Okay, I'm cold now. I got sweaty and my AC's on. Okay, I have to put my jacket back on. Okay, then I will take the animalism. That just makes sense for Dakota.
Yeah.
I need a conch cell so I can be like, "Brrr," Animals of
and
Chicago.
you can actively, just not that it matters, not this will ever happen, but remember, you can lower your own blood self-induced torpor 1 BP every 50 years in torpor.
Wow. Well, I'm not that
Because
desperate.
it gets to the point where
Yes.
like you can only feed on other kindred, and that shit's annoying.
Maybe that's why Nero went to sleep.
That's actually what I believe, is that he went to sleep because he couldn't
What?
sustain his hunger.
Probably a lot of kindred get
The beckoning?
older, do.
Like
No.
to resist a, or he went to sleep because of what reason? Sorry, I missed that.
So when you can put yourself into torpor to lower your blood potency, because if it gets too high, you can only feed on other kindred,
Yeah.
and that becomes a real
Ooh.
problem.
I see.
Ooh.
Which is why people don't want to wake up antediluvians, because to get from where they are down, it's gonna like thousands of years.
I
found
forgot
it.
about this.
Oh, is it 10?
It is 10.
Okay, cool.
So I have Bon Familius because I needed that for all my critters, but I forgot you can buy the other level 1 for the same XP as the second.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to take Sense the Beast. That's way
Yeah,
more
do it.
Dakota speed.
Sick.
I'll take Sense the
Yeah.
Beast, which will allow me to be able to sense the beast in mortals, vampires, and other supernaturals, and learn that things like their hostility level, nature, hunger. That's the one I want. That's what I want. And
Beautiful.
it's a freebie power, so plus.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. We're gonna take Sense the
And
Beast.
as you like, it dusts, the body is dusting in your arms, and you stand very similarly. Like Ava and Ollie, you would notice your skin becomes more flush, very similar to Ollie's. But for you, Dakota, you feel at 0 hunger, so you completely lack the nagging of the beast for the first time in God knows how long. And you do feel that same energy, that same rush, that same feeling of confidence and health. Feel healthy as fuck. You feel great.
Fucking great.
Yeah. And now
I
that
come out of them
you know
like
why
The
Ava's like,
opposite.
I toss a suitcase overboard. I probably give it like a kick midair, and I'm like,
You didn't say it felt fucking amazing.
This is the opposite of Ollie's
Yeah.
experience. Well, it went well. Good. I'm glad it went well for Dakota.
so to
would
explain,
talk- Ava's got,
let me
like,
explain this to
damn it.
chat, so there's no confusion. I took a second level 1 power, which therefore cost me a level 2 power. No XP was lost. All 10 XP were spent to be able to gain a second level 1 animalism. So now I have both Bon Familius and Sense the Beast.
Nice.
I'm
I'm glad that you feel good. I'm
fucking
glad.
amazing.
Okay. Symbol hand. This is you're good.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, I give the symbol. I
Okay.
pinky swear it. I'm
Okay.
feeling great.
Okay. Well, I guess the whole loud group of loud ones now have somebody else inside of them. So
And my sense,
That's-
everything just feels really sharp. Like there's a lot more clarity, but everything's, well, it's a lot louder.
Ooh, I feel really fucking good.
Dakota, you also begin to have not nearly as intensely or chaotically, more subtle. You're not seeing images like Ollie is, where he's getting flashes. More like you actually are having like bizarre like memories that you know aren't yours, but you have a memory of where Sienna is actually being kept.
Wait, I'm thinking
You're like,
something.
It's a place way north, just on the outskirts of Chicago. A club by the name of the Iron Lung.
Gross.
It's an underground. One of you know how there's Ethel's, but hers is like there's money involved and shit. You know, it like looks good and is kept. This is, it's a dilapidated factory complex on the outskirts with rusted interior and industrial landscape all over that's been turned into an underground rave club that pulsates with heavy music and strobe lights constantly.
Damn.
Okay. Well,
That's where she's being kept. You just know that that's where she
Is
is.
she
You don't know how
being
to
kept
get there?
hostage, or is she choosing to be there?
Oh, prisoner, for sure.
okay. Well, if you care, Ava, I know where Sienna actually is, and she's being held against her will.
So she's still alive. That's
At last day that the memory, whenever that is, she was, you don't know how old that is, and you don't know if
You'll
that's still the
be
case.
unhappy, and I imagine she is too, with the state of the place she's being kept in.
where is it? Some fucking dungeon or something?
Worse, it's a rave club.
Ugh.
Yeah, in some old factory. It screams Sabbat.
Oh God.
But the good news is, we can now tell the Camarilla that we know where a Sabbat hideout is.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I don't think we should. I don't think we should be the ones waltzing into a Sabbat club, or maybe we should, so we can give them a little taste of their medicine. Walking into Elysium and deciding they want to fucking torpor and kill a bunch of people.
Well,
Maybe we should do the same.
the real problem is the Sabbat have no rules, which means there's nothing stopping them from taking our heads.
Yeah, we could send the gangrel in there.
Oh, great. So we'll just sacrifice the gangrel for Sienna?
No, I don't want that. Fine. You know, you're right. Let's tell the Camarilla, and we can get a organized front.
Is this a location this individual used to hang out at? Is that why I know the memory?
You know they've been there multiple times. You know, you're fresh with the memories, and it's kind of foggy, and
let me sleep on that one. I have a feeling we could do something way more interesting.
Okay. Are you guys feeling okay right now?
I put this boat into high gear. I want to ride with the wind in my dress. I'm feeling fucking great.
Okay, that's good. Maybe we should just take the night. It's been a very busy night. Let's take the rest of the night to just process what just happened.
We should also probably have tried to maybe avoid people that might be able to read our, what do you call it, aura?
Aura, yeah. Yes, we found out this information by questioning them and then killing them. And we took their heads. That's what happened. We found out the hideout. We got whatever info we could get out of them and took their heads. That's what happened.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Silence, and it's late in the evening. This is the same night as Elysium, right? Like this all happened in the past 8 hours, essentially.
We've had a night.
So, where are you spending the night?
I mean, I'm in my house.
I leveraged that question at Ava. Are you going back to the Ivory Tower?
Ooh, the Ivory Tower is a little messy right now. I don't think I'm gonna.
At the same time, it might be the most secure building right now after
actually
in the entirety of Chicago.
Ava's a little nosy, so I'm gonna go back to the Ivory Tower and see what the vibe is there.
Love it. Everybody else kind of going back to the normal place, sleeping at home. Okay. As Ava returns to the Ivory Tower, you do see heightened, not cops, not fire like men or any of that, like private security that a trained eye like your own is easy to recognize has been like threefold increased. You walk through impromptu metal detectors that have been thrown up on the inside of the building and are one of those where you put your freaking shit in to be scanned, also kind of been thrown up in the interim as you go through. You don't have any like real weapons on you or a gun or anything like that, and so you make it through. And as you make your way in, the lobby to this place is buzzing in a way that you have never seen since living here in any way. Faces and names of people that are the most influential and the most powerful, mixed with others that you're unfamiliar with, which you imagine are here to be vultures to power, to maneuver, an almost impromptu Elysium here in the lobby of the Ivory Tower, where many information and conversation are being had. Do you look for anybody in particular, or do you keep to yourself and move on?
Actually, I would like to see if like any of the Toreador are here, like maybe Annabelle or somebody, so I can just kind of get a vibe check on the Toreador, because they got attacked personally, and I'm not both people who got attacked for Toreador, so I'm feeling I want to make sure the Toreador are okay.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me wits awareness.
Awareness and wits.
Wow, beautiful.
Jeez.
Messy crit. I can't really messy crit this. You fucking critical. Yes, of course. Actually, the first person you see is Catherine. She's over to the side, actually keeping to herself. It looks like somebody's walking away that she just had a conversation with. And as you're walking over, you see her just bring her hands up to her mouth and tilt her head down just a little bit, and just a sense of, again, kind of shock.
Yeah. I walk over to her. Kathy, are you okay?
You say her name, and she spins quickly, almost catching her completely by surprise there. And she's like, "Oh, Ava. Oh God, Ava." And she actually puts her arms around you to pull you in for a hug.
I'll give her a hug
it's
too.
not like overly long or anything like
Yeah.
that, but it is a pleasant one. She goes, "I had heard that your entire coterie went back in. I didn't know if you'd made it out. I'm just so glad to see you." And she just puts her hand on your shoulder and then brings it down.
I'm glad you're okay.
I can't believe the prince is gone.
I can't believe it either. It happened so fast.
I'm sure you do, but almost 20 years ago now.
I remember.
She shakes her head. I can't believe it. Is Chicago going to be the next one? LA last time?
No.
The entirety of New England having to come together just to keep themselves up? No word from other places? And London apparently is fallen.
It's scary to think about, but Chicago, it's had its trials. I don't think it's going to fall. I think it'll still be a stronghold for the Camarilla. I think we're going to be okay. It's just, we saw through the Maxwell thing. We're going to see through this.
You see her take visible comfort from your words. And she brings her hands down from her face, a little bit more relaxed looking in general with her posture. Whoever did this, so long as I am still walking on this earth, I will find them and I will fucking kill all of them. Bella may not have been perfect. Hell, Bella may have been fucking terrible. But she was still one of ours.
I agree.
We can't let what happened last time happen here again. We can't. Chaos can't happen now in the city. It just found stability. Now's the time for working together. I'm gonna go speak to some people.
Have you seen Nero since everything happened?
She takes a minute. Now that you mention it, no, but well, did you?
No, I saw somebody save him. I'm not gonna say Emmy. I saw, actually no, I will. I think it was the Ventru. Emmy saved him because they put him in torpor, and I want to check on him.
The exiled Ventru?
Yeah, she made her way back in here and apparently was helping. So that's a good sign.
Well, if it's true, then tell her if you see her, I'm grateful. Nero is a dear friend.
Yeah.
And as for you, clearly.
Yeah.
She doesn't say that with any sarcasm.
Yeah.
And then she reaches out and kind of just touches your shoulder gently. It's good to know that you're at least still walking. I'm gonna go.
See you.
And she walks away. Do you watch where she goes, or do you just kind of depart?
I would just depart.
You see her walk over to a group of people that she's going to speak with, but like I said, you kind of turn and just walk. And are you heading up or into your room? Are you doing anything else within the lobby?
I
I guess I
think
should say, do you linger in the lobby more than do you watch where she goes? Because the lobby's not huge, so
I'm probably gonna linger a little bit. And just stick around. Yeah.
You see again a bunch of faces. One that you do not see, at least not for the however long you're down there. You did arrive rather late. Is Jackson? However, you do see that Kathy went over and is speaking with Alan Sovereign.
Okay. Interesting.
And seems to be that's where she has her conversation. But beyond that, unless you look for anybody else, Damien would eventually make his way in, but he wouldn't be lingering long. And if he saw you, unless you reached out to him, he might have just given you a nod, but he himself is busy and the night is getting late.
Any Nos that I see here, any Nos making their face?
You would actually see Rat Tail in here.
Okay. Interesting.
You would, the other one, you would see two Nos in particular. Holy shit, I opened up to the one page off. That was crazy. Yeah, Ava, you would know. I think you would know this name. Actually, give me an intelligence politics check.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't know. Nosferatu and the Toreador don't like fucking hang out.
Oh, I don't have. I'm not going to use willpower on this because I don't have.
For one, yeah, you see another Nos. You see
Okay.
one that you don't recognize.
Okay.
It's he wears kind of a hoodie over his head anyway, and he's caught a lot of his face is just kind of being covered by it. You can just tell by the two large fangs that come out from the bottom of his jaw, almost like an orc from Warcraft,
Like
but thinner. You just like it just telltale signs of a Nos.
Okay. Okay. Just curious if any
Yep.
are making their plays
and
here.
they're not next to each other. Rat Tail and this other individual are actually kind of like separate, so they're not hanging out next to each other.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all that I.
Where did the three of you? I imagine you would have chosen to meet the next night.
Yeah.
The bar?
Lights Out?
Yeah. At least for Ollie, unless otherwise indicated.
Yeah, that's why I was like, did you want to go to the Lights
Dakota
Out?
would just make rounds to the train yard to check on the gangrel, right? Like, she knows who made it out of the fight, who didn't, but this is more of a like, hey, now's the time to scatter for a hot minute. We'll meet at the next
So you put the
full
message
moon.
out.
Yeah, I put the message out that like the gangrel need to lay low for a minute because we will be targeted.
Yes. Yep. And you know that they'll, if they're good, you'll not hear from them at all.
Yeah, comply. Did we happen to see our dear Beckett around at this this party?
It's funny you ask, but no, not yet.
Okay. And then I imagine he's also not hanging around the train yards either.
No.
Yep.
But you're funny. You're jumping the gun on me just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't jump the gun. I know he tends to
it's
show
funny.
up when
We're in
shit
this-
gets interesting. So, okay, that's all I needed. Yeah, Dakota just wants
so
to
everybody
put that
kinda
word out. Yep.
Goes through their night, and the next night, everybody rouse check for me.
Okay.
Not that it
Does
really
the-
matters because I'm feeling
Nope, but
great.
that you had like an hour or two of being utterly sated before the nagging hunger returns to you when you wake up the next evening. Did I see Ollie's? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay, so you're both that hunger one then. Okay, cool.
I'll take my willpower back. Thank you very much. Y'all ain't never sweated so hard except for that one time Ollie kicked my ass in an alleyway. That's woo, it's been a season and some change.
Yeah, buddy. You all make your way to the Lights Out pub. Ollie, you're there and getting things ready. Like I said, it's not like you treat Grant any differently or anything like that. And Grant's just cooking away, getting things kind of operating. And early in the evening, I imagine you guys kind of all make your way there. Last night was crazy. You don't want to be sleeping in. Not that you do anyway. But as you're all getting in, it's like the doors are maybe 10 minutes from open as the remaining prep is finished up. But the three of you do gather. I'm very curious if what even is to be said right now. What'd you do with the dagger?
You missed that.
It's shit, that's an important thing. That
Maybe we shouldn't tell Mathis.
The storyteller.
We have stored it securely.
Yeah, we did it all while the storyteller left.
Have you now?
They were debating where we were supposed to put it. It was going to Nelson, or it was going to go to someplace safe, or maybe we should give it to Jackson.
The last I heard was Nelson.
And Ollie was just like, fuck this, and pried a nail out from behind a board and threw it in the wall and then popped the nail back in.
At the theater.
It was better than Dakota's plan, which is put it in a cheesecake. So
yeah. And if you gave it to Nelson, he was going to use it to cut cheesecake. I did ask when you said Nelson. I'm like, cut cheesecake.
like an evil cheesecake consumption.
Josh would definitely, trust me. Ask him, he would fucking do that.
Yeah. So without Nelson's knowledge, only the three of us know where that is hidden.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The three of you get together after a chaotic night. I'm curious if any conversation even happens. Is there anything that you wanted to go over, discuss?
How's everybody feeling on this night?
I'm hungry again. What the fuck is that about?
The hunger never leaves us, Dakota. Just because you feel a little better.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you've probably seen Dakota scratching away at napkins. I'm trying to this club, this Sabbat club. I'm just trying to like floor plan it out, like what I can remember, like just some generals of things.
It's tough. Like, you're I'll give you little bits and pieces.
And that's fine. You give them to me as you want. Just know Dakota's trying to suss that piece out because that is a there are two pieces of that is hard leverage. Yeah. Location and who's being held there.
Yep. Works for me. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I want you both to know that what you did last night, I know that it takes a toll on you and how you feel about the world. And you might be feeling differently about the people around you. And
Grant nervously glances over, like absolutely not eavesdropping on what's going on.
I fucking hate
He's
people
like,
already.
yes, I know, but like now you're gonna really look at them and not give a shit if they live or die.
Oh.
So
At least one
all
person
right, what the
came
fuck
out of
happened last night? I was gonna pretend I wasn't listening.
it.
What?
Grant. Ollie,
it's
have you heard a word Ava said?
No.
Great.
we need to do something. We need to get something for Ollie to
Maybe
focus better.
maybe
Ollie needs
certainly
Adderall.
it's certainly lessened Ollie too. It's not as loud as it was the previous evening, especially freshly after. Your thoughts are scattered, but slowly, basically over the course of a few nights, your mind will calm back down to your homeostasis.
how was the ivory tower? Was it as ivory and towery as we're used to?
Oh God, the
It was
ivory
like,
tower. Oh right. Oh my God. The ivory tower is wild right now. Like absolute like chaos. The security 10 times up. Like I had to put like my watch and all the shit through like a security thing. And there were all sorts of people in the lobby, all big names there. Damien was there, but he was very busy. I checked in on Kathy. She's shook. She's not well. I saw a lot of other big names. I saw Rat Tail there. I don't know what the deal with that is.
Nosferatu in the ivory tower.
Look, that's what I wanted to just see which Nos I saw there, because clearly there's a seat available, and maybe there was another one that I hadn't recognized. He has a bit of like something going on with his face.
Wait,
I mean, that's most Nosferatu. He had his hood up, like kind of like how Ollie used to do, you know? And he's got these like tusks. Like he looks like he's from that, the World of Warcraft, you know?
Ollie, I should say, Bub, do you know who I was referring to there in that description? So you would know. Yeah, Ollie would know. So if you know the name, you feel free to say it if you would like to.
I don't remember the name, but
Wakena?
Wakena. Yeah, Wakena. He's Ollie Light. It's like season 1 Ollie Light.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so
yeah, he did kind of look like you, Ollie, back in the day a little, but not. That's not.
He's known as the information broker of Chicago.
He was there. So
does he not show his face often?
No, he stays hid.
I think it's prime time for you to start that plan, Ollie. Talking with the Nos and gathering what information you can. Sounds like they're a bit scattered to the wind.
I mean, I'll do the best I can, but if they don't want to come out, they made that decision.
Well, it seems like they came out last night.
It's inevitable. Infrastructure's been damaged.
So what, they're there just to make a power play?
maybe.
It's a kindred thing to do, right?
I didn't show up at the Ivory Tower making a power play, so...
Yeah.
We kind of are the power play.
Yeah.
There's certainly a difference between this and the last time the city fell into chaos. There was a lot more explosions in the city last time shit went down. No explosions this time, even during the night, even after it all went down.
Ava, I think you should continue your little behind-the-scenes glance of the Ivory Tower. We could use an inside person.
Oh, my favorite. Doing a little social sleuthing. That's my favorite.
Ollie, how do the Nosferatu gather?
Well,
They use ShrekNet.
In the sewers?
there's a couple of different ways.
Sorry.
A lot of them use ShrekNet, like I have in the basement 2.0. Some of them just listen in. They got access to their disciplines, pets. Rats hear everything, oftentimes ignored.
That's why I have a cat.
And what better way to deal with the cynically ignored than the peasantry?
Wonder
It's the
what's,
homeless.
I wonder what's being said on Shrek Neck now.
I can take a look.
Might be a good idea. Get the vibe of, what do they call us? What the low clans are feeling?
Sure, I'll get a read.
Ollie,
Yeah.
have you I know it's still kind of early in the night, but have you eaten at all? Like not kindred eating, but like normal burgers and like have you made anything like that yet?
No, I haven't thought about it at all.
Okay.
That's new.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to make more, but it's just a job.
Just the next time you do, just be careful. It might not stay down.
It never has before.
Well, stay down for an hour for some short period of time.
Ava, yeah, it's more of rousing. Blush of lifing is more what that won't work. Is really what you're getting at, I think.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
All right, thanks.
Molly head downstairs, hits Shreknan up.
Yeah.
Leaving them alone. As soon as he's down the stairs, Grant whips around. What the fuck happened?
God, it's very complicated, Grant.
I can't tell if he's pissed, sad. They're all stoic quietness out of that guy, and something's wrong.
Ollie's going to be very different moving forward.
For how long?
Could possibly be forever. It just depends.
Oh, good God.
We made some moves to give ourselves a bit of a bolster of power last night to make sure we're prepared for what's to come. And sometimes it has adverse effects.
What did you do?
It doesn't matter, Grant. The fact is, Ollie made a hard choice so that he can give you what you want.
I told him I hadn't decided, and I said I was going to sleep on it. I told him, give him an answer.
I understand that. But your answer isn't always just enough. If you say yes, there was needed steps.
Listen, he pulled me aside and had a talk with me. Don't put this decision he made on me. He said I need to think about it. And I told him, you know what? I'm not certain anymore because that shit was scary. Let me sleep on it.
I'm saying he took the steps regardless, so that no matter your answer, he could give you what you wanted.
Is it like the same thing that happened to you, Ava?
Kind of.
Okay,
yeah.
So you came back from that? All right.
Yes.
If you can come back from it.
You're right.
Not insultingly, that's kind of mean, but like, let's be real.
And you know how I came back from it? I helped you. So
I guess I'll have to get myself fucking kidnapped.
Okay,
Jesus.
let's not go to that.
I slam my hand and I'm like, Grant, hear me when I say what Ollie needs right now is a little bit of your humanity. Go remind him why you care about him. And remind him that the choices that he made were worth it. And leave your fucking boisterous peacocking at the door.
All right, well, not right now, because I got to cook, and shit's gonna be about to be busy. And he's kind of scary right now anyway. So I'm just gonna... And as he does, Ollie, when you move down there, the post that kind of catches... There's a bunch of different posts about... There's a lot of movement right now. A lot of information is being transferred, but beyond that, there's been very little, if any, violent maneuvers within the street itself. And the post that probably catches your eye the most, and like so many of them, they're cryptic. It simply says, the pawn takes the queen and the king rises.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
There seems to be a quick move for security. Any attempts at anybody rising over for small grafts at power within their own territory are being shut down very quickly, if not by the sheriff, then by hounds. Nobody is being allowed to be opportunistic against other kindred now that the prince is gone. And it seems like there is a heavy almost a heavy what do you call it? Heavy effort. That's the word I'm looking for, to make sure peace remains in the city, at least for now. But whispers of the king rising to you already speak of what you expect. You're down there for like 15 minutes. It's not long. You know how to browse ShrekNet very well by this point. If you're looking for very similar names, you can confirm for sure that none Flick is still alive. You saw his moniker on ShrekNet.
I want to make a
Username.
post about calling all sewer rats.
Okay. Do you want to keep it secret, or do you want to just tell me?
Just calling all sewer rats.
Okay.
Mask above the city.
Gotcha. Yep, that'll go out, and it carries weight coming from you. You make your way back upstairs?
Yeah.
He's gone for like 15 minutes.
It's kind of what you'd expect. It's
Okay.
cryptic because it's designed that way. But they're talking about Jackson taking the seat.
Surprise.
Okay. So the Nos, it is known among them.
Yeah, and
Unsurprising.
I just put out a post. I'm calling all the Nos.
Where?
Where
Oh. Well, we
For-
might want to clear out then.
Well, we'll see when they get it. They stay
You
pretty
imagine
close to
it'll
the
be a
cuff.
night, maybe, before they get there.
Oh,
Or you might see them broken, like a few here, a few there.
Should
Unless you're
we-
trying to get them all at one time, then I would suggest you put out an actual like date and time.
should we decorate to welcome the Nos?
No, they wouldn't like that.
I was gonna say, what the fuck are we gonna put out? Mask and confetti?
No, if you want to see the real movers and shakers of the city, the ones who operate under, be present. They're aware of you. Hell, they probably know more about you than you realize. It's their job.
Don't like that, but
I don't have anything to hide.
Do you now?
Nah.
oh God.
Look,
Perhaps,
let him step up. Dakota has
Oh, yeah, of
finally
course.
gotten to the point that's like, okay, what are
Do
you
something.
gonna do about it? I have the gangrel behind me. I double dog, literally double dog dare you.
I need to know if you both believe that Jackson organized this hit. Because
I-
if Snitch is lost, that's on Jackson's hands.
Yeah. I have a feeling that he may not have been on a hit list for Jackson. But I believe.
It was collateral.
No, I think he was. Snitch mentioned to me multiple times that he had enough dirt on the people in power in the city that it could cripple Chicago alone.
I also believe that if Jackson is trying to rebuild his kingdom in his own image, then he would want Snitch, who was deeply dedicated to Bella. He's gonna want somebody
Additionally-
that's on his team, like, say, you.
Wouldn't
See-
you suggest that Damien's pretty eloped? That he's tied closely to both Cretius and Jackson?
I would say so. But
Then what's the point of Snitch after I showed Jackson right through Damien's eyes, through the labyrinth? There's no point. Bury your past.
maybe. But I'll tell you, Damien was just as surprised as we were by the spot attack.
Yeah.
Would suggest that Damien's also a pawn.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. Though I imagine he might be as just upset as we are.
Well, there's been no appointing yet, but it sounds more than certain. I think he has a few things to own up to. And he probably won't. He'll hide behind some sort of political agenda, a facade, and have a series of people that are there voting for his side. But I think he has more to answer to than he really wants to at the moment.
Does he have
Yeah.
to if he becomes the prince?
No.
And as much as I hate to be this reminder, Jackson's not our biggest problem.
Yeah.
He's-
Temporarily.
Just the most current one.
Look, at this point, what's done is done with Jackson. He gets what he wants. We did what we needed to do to help him. As far as I'm concerned, our dealings with him are done.
He also didn't kill your,
Yeah. If that was something else that was potentially collateral that he doesn't give a shit about, then why should I give a shit about him moving forward? He got what he wanted.
I feel like we should keep our distaste for the Rising King under our belt for right now. We were given the title of the Loud Ones by the last prince, and it took us 15 years to see her do comings happen. Most importantly, all of us, everything, our territory, our businesses, well, except for this one, are all tied to people in Jackson's pocket.
I will serve my new prince as I did the last one. Maybe not the same way because we had a rough start. But
yeah.
I will
like
serve
it.
my prince.
Yeah, and maybe it's, I don't know, maybe you were already thinking it, but putting it out there for the first time in words of like realizing how deep Jackson is in just everything you're a part of.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Via proxies mostly, but always at some point to him.
I'm not going to serve Jackson.
I'm
going to serve the city. I'm going to serve my clan, and I'm going to serve my coterie.
And I feel that to my core. It has been the only thing that gets me out of that fucking boat every night for the last 2 years. Even if I had to do it under his boot. So what are you gonna do? Go face him? If you want to maintain control, then you have to take it. And you've rightfully earned it. You're basically Snitch's apprentice, and he's already given you the keys to the labyrinth. Don't ask permission. Ask forgiveness. He needs somebody to control that. And Damien's never going to be able to because the labyrinth didn't choose him. It chose you. And the good news
question
is,
I think is more for me. Maybe is Ollie going to take? Does he have interest in the Primogen seat anymore, or does he prefer taking the labyrinth for himself and being the keeper of that and only that? Something not needing an answer now, but the game and motivations have changed as Snitch's life was taken. So I don't know if Ollie is in the same place in terms of his ambition. Or
I think it still stands. At least until someone better comes along.
Sure.
Fact of the matter is, the territory that you stand on was rightfully earned by you. You can't take the Lights Out pub.
Not without lack of trying. I am nestled very closely up to the Venture territory, and a lot of their money has funded this.
Then, be a black swan to their business. Be the thing that they least expect. But you gotta...
Oh, I think he expects it now.
Are you sure? Because right now, he probably is firmly sleeping well knowing that we have no idea he's the one who partnered with the Sabbat. And it should stay that way. If Snitch had all of these rumors and bits of information on them, who's to say that you can't eventually gain the same thing? We can't make a play against somebody like Jackson until we have something that is weighted as heavy as his power. And more importantly, your clan will rally to you, not him. I've banked everything on that. I have no interest in a Primogen seat. In fact, it would make my position as Gangrel loyalist obsolete. You don't have to be Primogen to control the Nosferatu. In fact, you probably lose more power sitting in a seat.
I just gain more responsibility. They need a voice. I don't mind being that voice, at least for a little while.
You can be a voice without sitting in a seat.
Then let me find someone else to do it.
Trust me, I'm on the same hunt.
But if anything that I can say from last night, despite this shit that's muttering around in my head, despite how some of my views may have changed about things, I am of absolute clarity in regards to Sybil and the woman who turned my son.
And we're in agreement. We keep up the ruse that we 100% support Jackson. We focus on what's important, because none of that is even going to matter until we deal with the sandwich and we deal with Layla. And our first step is getting Rudy and Cretius in a room together.
I'll put out the word tonight. I'll have my network on it.
The gangrel are already dispersed. I thought us shacking up together in the train yard was a big target on our backs. Especially since we made it very clear our strength. And since the Sabbat are in larger number than we realized, now I have a location. I think it's time for some leveraging.
There's value in that. There'll be some life lost, but it's the nature.
It won't be ours.
No.
There's maybe a lingering silence. Go ahead. Is Ava going to say something?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha. And that before that lingering silence, anyone can fill it. You hear Grant. Holy shit. Homie, it's not 1999 and The Matrix is not a new movie. And you just hear him shout that as somebody walks in the door. And as you all turn around, well, Dakota certainly does. Have you all met him once? Yeah, you've all come face to face with Beckett?
I've come face with him twice. Only
yeah, I know
Dakota
you have,
has.
Dakota, yeah, okay.
I don't remember.
Fine, Dakota, you're the only one that recognize.
Cool.
Beckett.
I'll stand. It's that moment of like, oh, I get out of the booth. I stand to meet him.
This is VIP.
He's not wearing his trench coat, but he is wearing just a loose kind of off-white shirt. His hair is just past his shoulder. And he's got sunglasses that just hang at the tip of his nose at the moment. And he actually gives a light chuckle at that joke from Grant. But you immediately, Ava and Ollie immediately see Dakota like jump to her feet. Do you just run out front? Like, what do you do?
Is he like he's just in the
He's
like
walking
lobby?
in the front door. Yeah, he walked in the front door.
I'll meet him, and since nobody else is in here yet, I think Dakota just looks at him and goes,
You've got good timing. Boy, have I got a story for you.
He smiles and he just says, it's good to see you, Miss Rain, and your coterie, to see them in the flesh.
You as well, Beckett. Let me introduce you to Ava Heloise and Oliver Hopkins.
You both step out from the kitchen?
Yeah.
Sure. He reaches out his hand. Beckett, good to meet you. Miss Heloise. Your family has a storied past these past decade or so here in Chicago. And Mr. Hopkins, a Nosferatu that's made a name for himself. Intriguing in every way. And he just shakes, if you do, shake his hand.
Sure.
As much as I'd love to linger on your own past, the games have begun. And I believe you've been looking for somebody. And he looks over to the front door, and cinematically so, in walks Rudy.
Oh!
Beckett smiles, and he says, good to see you, Rudy. We should dispense of that now. Montano.
Oh!
And he just gestures from just take a seat, and as Rudy just walks in, the door shuts behind him, and he just stands there. And he makes eye contact with each one of you. And as his eyes lay on Ollie's, the screen goes black. And we'll be back next week. With another episode.
This is going to be the best Rudy combo we've ever had. If we even get anything out of this. Montano!
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Right, we have an after show. Save it. Save it. We have an after show. The whole cast will be back next week, everyone.
Yeah.
Including Emmy.
So we'll see. Okay. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.